Speak of, Simo is about to get underway. Preliminary final. We're off at McCartney Oval. First hit out comes from Guy Hardiman. Heat on early as you would expect. I think that was Heathcote that was wrapped up early. And we'll have a ball up as you'd expect a preliminary final. Early possessions will be well earned. Yep. Hardiman goes at it again. Plenty numbers round this. Ball nearly spilled out to Holmes. Killing in there with the tackle. Another stoppage. Ball has barely moved. Tossed up again by the umpire. Wasting no time. Hardiman won it down. Fished out. Socketed clear. Ball bobbling around at the moment. Went straight to the hands of Jonathan Hobbs for Torquay. Umpire calls play on even though the ball just spilt out. Possessions, as I say, very hard to come by at the moment. Just work clear. We're still in the middle. Garner. First inside 50 of the afternoon. Raidme comes from behind. Can he get the gather? He cannot. Gleeson, the Ash medalist, hands it off. Heathcote, lovely little left foot ball's nice to Mackay, who marks on his chest, 25 out.
Yeah, first inside 50. In fact, the first couple of kicks, the first passage of play was really scrambling. No one could get their hands on it, whether it was nerves or just too much pressure. But now we have a shot on goal.
Yep, Harry Mackay, 25 out for the first goal of the prelim. He's pushed it to the near side, and a minor score to him.
Opportunity missed, I reckon. It was not a bad setup for Torquay. They got it into Raidme, who's back after he missed the second semi. And so back into this lineup today, a very big inclusion. Good to see him get his hands on the footy early. So Amateurs, they're trying to defend out of the back, and that's through Brodie Phillips. He gives it off to McSparron. McSparron on the left boot, kicks to the halfback flank and a nice mark taken. Wheels around and goes, looks inside the corridor, but it's gone down the line, and a mark taken centre wing. Grandstand side of the ground, commentary side is the outer side today. Here at, what did you call it? I thought it was Spring Creek Reserve.
McCartney Oval, Simo, these days.
McCartney Oval these days. Hasn't moved, just a name change.
Yep. Amo's look to get the ball inside 50. They're just struggling with a bit of pressure at the moment. Jared Young will be first on the scene for Amos, the former coach, wrapped up in a strong tackle. And the ball out of play right over on the outer side. So, wonderful crowd, and as Luke mentioned earlier, very difficult to get a park if you're,
bit of a change
thinking about coming down.
Yeah, a bit of a changeover too, guys, because obviously in the reserves and seniors, 4 different clubs represented in the 2 games.
Which is fantastic to see.
Be a little bit of a changeover in the crowd, I think.
High footy. It was very high ball indeed. Comes clear. Kershaw tried to work his way through. Barnett's one to look out for. He was strongly tackled. Hobbs clears. Heads towards the boundary. Won't go out. Stays in for the time being. Torquay looking to step their way through. That was a good job. Tumbled forward on centre wing. Raidme starting forward. He's with Kogan here. Gets a nice bounce. Hands off to McSparron. A left footer. Goes on his right this time and wobbles it. There we go. Heathcote bounces off his chest. Little bit drizzly and ball just a little wet at the moment. Hard to pick up. Short ball's nice. Got some space to work in now. Brad Circuit, the former North Shore man, heads towards Kershaw. Made a good contest. Barnett over the top to Kershaw. Gets a high tackle. He was clobbered. And he'll get the free kick just on the paint of 50.
He was clobbered by Hobbs on that occasion, and I reckon the heat's going to come early, particularly for the amateur running players. The light guys, I reckon they'll try and bully them a little bit, the Tigers. We'll just see how they stand up to it. As Harry Kershaw has a shot, he'd be right on his distance, I'd say. Looks like he's going to kick from just outside 50. Probably 45-degree angle. We've got a good look at it here from the commentary position. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on AFL Barwon Facebook page, streamed live. As Harry Kershaw comes in, he's put it to the mouth of goal, and it's gone across the front, actually, towards the boundary line, and it'll beat all the players. Will it? Out of bounds? No, there's still a play on the footy. Now it's gone out of bounds. On the 4, I think. A little fortuitous kick there, free kick to Amateurs, so they've got it tight.
Came off a stray boot, I think.
And the kick in, and he's found Day. So maybe some loose checking there, not quite sure. Wheeled around, did go, and found the big amateur forward, Mitch Day. He was certainly a standout in last week's game to get them into the prelim. Well, not to get them into the prelim, they were unfortunately, they lost. However, he was the standout in the losing side last week for Geelong Amateurs. And he gets his chance at his first goal here today. Kicking right into the teeth of the breeze. Fairly tight angle. Puts it on its way. Umpire moves across. He looks happy with it though. The arms in the air. And that is the first goal. First goal of the day to Mitch Day. Probably won't be his last, I'd say. That's 1 goal. Amateurs, 1 behind Torquay as they go back to the centre.
Yep, so great start for the Amos. Luke, you're keeping stats for us today, mates. Inside 50s so far. I don't know if you're keeping inside 50s at the moment,
inside 50s, 2 apiece. Mark's inside 50 as well, 1 apiece for each side.
Nicely done by Luke. So pretty even Stevens to start, which is what we want, as you'd expect. Prelim final stakes are very high and the pressure is up. Back in the middle, Doyle, the rookie of the year, was bundled over and he earned himself a free kick. Guy Hardiman not happy about it, but Waylon Doyle is the recipient. He's at the back of the centre circles. He drives it low and hard towards Gleeson. Heathcote with the clean gather. He dishes off Holmes, found a way through. Does it straighten up and go in for a goal? Oh, it's a desperate effort and well done right in the line. I think that was Liam Cogan to get a hand on it. Through for a minor score.
Shot there by Roscoe Holmes. Roscoe Holmes of yesteryear would have nailed that for sure, but just the old legs, I reckon, couldn't quite make the distance.
Just goes short. Umpire calls play on. Wasn't quite the required distance, and then Killen dropped it over the line. He goes quickly, though, to McSparran. He chisels a left foot ball. Nice looking footy too. Lovely delivery to Gross. Now he takes a bounce. The back of centre wing goes very short. Their foot skills will be the thing to look out for today from Amos. Their young side looking to move the ball efficiently. They drive it towards Day again. He tried to work clear of his man. Doyle got his hands clear to Garner. He flicks it out wide. Now this is Alistair Green right on the outer side. Harder centre wing. Looks very short and finds his man Heathcote, who's been busy early. Chips over the top. They've worked this nicely. The Tigers chipping ball towards Gleeson, who marks comfortably. He plays on Dom Gleeson, the Ash medalist, heading towards goal. He's kicked it. Threads the needle, Dom Gleeson. First for the Tigers.
Yeah, great goal. How many would he have kicked from there at training? Dom Gleeson right in front of the lights, right in front of the crowd. He's put a little bit of left to right on it, and he's kicked the first for the Tigers. And as you said, during the week, he's picked up a medal to wear around his neck, mate.
Yes, joint winner, of course, with John Mason. So 36 years young, winning a Ash medal is a pretty fair effort.
Mason and Gleeson.
Tom Gleeson, yep.
That's got a bit of poetry about it. So John Gleeson, he was the guy, he played over in Adelaide, didn't he?
John Mason. Yep.
John Mason, sorry.
Yes, he did, and Melbourne, of course.
Yep. Oh, well, he's only as good as Dom Gleeson this year. Great start for him. In the middle of the ground with Geelong Amateurs there. Guy Hardiman tries to get a handball off. It's a tight pack. You can throw a blanket over 6 or 7, and the umpire's going to come in and ball it up. Almost back in the centre of the ground again. Any key matchups, boys, you see around? I see McSparran down there on Heathcote. I reckon that's going to be a good matchup, one to watch for the day. As Amateurs bang it forward to half forward, bouncing ball towards the boundary line. It's going to beat them all, and we'll see a throw in.
Looks like Saker's got the job on Mitch Day, so that was probably a battle between him and Hobbs, who would take. It looks like Saker's got the job,
and a big game ahead of him too, because as I said, Day very good last week. So.
And the rain's just started to fall here. It's picked up quite heavily now, so make it pretty hard out there.
Interesting back here at Spring Creek Reserve. You'll get a mixture of weather. The wind, I always thought, blew to the right of screen, so down towards the water, but today seems to be blowing in the opposite direction. So it'll actually favour Torquay in this first quarter. They defend right across. They've got it through Bennett. He's going to get a kick away. Goes for the little short one, and he hits up Paul Birchall. Birchall listed as an emergency, but into the side and played well a couple of weeks ago. His kick just over the head of Jesse White and out of bounds. Right in front of the coach's boxes there, so there'll be instructions flying every direction. 1 goal apiece. So nice even start to this contest. Preliminary final, the Ballarat Football League, as the umpire throws it in. Ruck contest was probably won down by Hardiman. Looking good early. Quick kick forward by Torquay. There's that contest we talked about. Heathcote took front spot. Ball down. Loose ball. Bouncing around. Amateurs get it. Kick out by Cogan. And but it's gone straight to his Torquay counterpart in Hopper. Yeah,
he got it wide to Chapman. Gets a nice bounce too. And he steps inside, but the footy just doesn't bounce back up to you, Simo, when the ball's a bit wet.
No.
Holmes tumbles one inside 50 to no one in particular. Ramey, does he keep it? And he does just. Heathcote's got a couple to beat here. What can they do? It's Cogan again off ground level. Just bundled it forward, but Only as far as, I think that's Garner again. Gets it back inside 50. Curry from behind. Lovell read it best. Got his hands clear. Lovick, as he always does, in the right spot. Bundled it clear. Mark was dropped by Wormwood. They still have time. Hopper fortuitously finds the chest of Alistair Green. A long way from home.
Now, 66. You don't see many numbers that high, do you, playing senior footy? 66. Although, if we look closely, we'll find Josh Chapman is going to be wearing number 69 today.
Yep. So Green looks like he's backing himself here. He goes very short. He dummied everyone, including me. And Curry takes the chest mark.
Known goal kicker, Callum Curry, had a great season.
Absolutely. Team of the year announced in the Ash Medal, so...
Did you were you one of the selectors there, Josh? Did you get a...
No, the coaches picked the team of the year.
Did they?
So all the opposition coaches vote on it, and
no doubt they've had Callum Curry in. He has been a goal kicker and adds a lot of forward pressure.
So he'll kick from about 45 out, directly in front. It's fading to the outer side, is it? No, it's straight through.
Arms in the air.
He likes it. Second for the Tigers.
So Callum Curry on the scoreboard. His first today. Looking around, the crowd still building. There's a few brollies up. Looking very colourful in the outside there.
Score check, Luke. We can't know a scoreboard for us today, unfortunately, mates.
Yeah, so 1 goal for Amo, so they're on 6, and Torquay 2 goals, 3-15.
Yep. Thank you, mate.
I just want to make a comment. Kogan's going quite well in the back line for Amos there, despite Torquay being so strong inside 50. They've had 7 inside 50s already and 4 marks in it as well.
So scramblers, they go at it on the the grandstand side, a long way from the commentary box here. We're over beside the, as we just mentioned, beside the scoreboard here. At McCartney Oval, is it? Did you say McCartney Oval? I don't know if I'll get used to that.
That's the sponsor of the Oval. It is Spring Creek Reserve officially.
Spring Creek Reserve. All right, as they throw it in, Geelong Amo is over the back. Oh, tackle without it, I thought. Maybe he didn't get rid of it. The umpire says play on in any case. The ball scrambles forward. Just a little bit of a wet footy. Brand new footy. It'll be shiny, slippery early in the game. Quite a few players yet to get their hands on it. They'll be pretty keen as we probably hit, how many minutes in?
12 minutes in.
12 minutes in. If you haven't touched it yet, you'll be getting a little toey, I'd imagine. Umpire throws it out. First onto it. Torquay pushing the back, and a free kick has been given. Garner to take it from half back. Looks around his options. He's going to look inboard. He might be forced to kick straight down the line. Plays on. Runs around the man. Handball off. Quick handball to Cardi. He turns, spins, kicks inside 50. There's another one. But streaming out of defence is Brody Phillips for Amateurs, and he relieves the pressure, kicking it to the wing position. A couple of handballs. Still a little bit, slippery. Pops out to Brad King. Brad King gives it off. And Kogan. There he is. What a bargain. And he kicks it to half forward. Did you like that, Josh?
That was nice. I just got it.
Yeah, thanks. So I've been working on that all week.
So it was stump clear and out of play on the outer side. You can see that score on the bottom of your screen. Left-hand corner, Tigers with the lead. 2 goals to Dom Gleeson and Callum Curry to start answering the first from Mitch Day for Amos. Throwing evades all the ruckman. Kershaw just streams out of the stoppage. Bundles it forward. Big wrestle on here. Day's got a couple to beat. Wormwood's first there for Torquay. You'll be happy to see this out. Day makes him earn it. Rips him to the ground. No free kick. He'll be tossed in 30 around from goal. Does enjoy that part of the game, Mitch Day. Always has. Likes to get nice and physical. And he'll contest this ruck contest too with James Saker. Bit of a wrestle it comes, but umpire calls play on. Birchall bundled it down only as far as Killen, who gets it home. The answer for Amos.
Yeah, Paddy Killen, great opportunistic goal there. The little scrubby kick out, landed straight to him, and he made no mistake. Good user of the footy. Good athlete, Patrick Killen. Can run, got some wheels, and he'll be one to watch today. He was actually tipped to get a lot more votes in the Ash Medal, I did note, than he did. But he's certainly a quality player. His father played for Amos back in the day, Ash Killen, and it's good to see his young boy, a father-son thing happening well down at the Geelong Amateur Footy Club. So they've got it out of the centre. It's got to half forward. Big contested players all over it. Scrappy footy. And the umpire's going to ball it up. Half forward flank.
Some quick updates from the middle. Hit outs 8-3 in Amo's favour.
There they go up again. Day to contest it. Does knock it forward. Can they clear it out of this pack and get another quick goal? The Amateurs players looking goalward. Handball out in front. There's a foot race. Kicked off the ground by Hopper towards the boundary line. And another big pack forms. They can't squeeze it out, and the umpire will ball it up once again. Probably only about 15 metres out from the Geelong Amateur goal.
No, this is a good opportunity for the Amos. They trail by 3.
Certainly is. Taken out of the ruck, is it? Fortuitous goal, no, it's out in the full. Hosking took it out of the ruck. That time for Amos, just slammed it on his left boot quickly to no avail. So no score, 3 points will remain the margin Torquay's way. Hot start to this one, couple of goals each. Wobbly old kick, looks like one of your old ones, Simo.
Oh, yeah.
Comes to half back, Raidme couldn't get his hands on it cleanly. Here's Hosking again. Wet foot, he's difficult to pick up. He's wrapped up in a strong Roscoe Holmes tackle. Just socked forward only as far as Phillips. Can he get back on his left foot? He does. Snaps towards goal. Ball pitches on its end. Wormwood got his hands clear only as far as Amos though. Step on goal is good.
Matner.
It's through from Riley Matner. And they hit the front for the second time in the corner. Riley Matner with his first.
I thought you said there was a strong tackle by Roscoe Holmes. Strong and Roscoe, I'm not sure they fit in the same sentence, but it just popped out there. Matner was able to make the most of it on the right boot snap. And another one to Geelong Amateur. So it's a lively start in this game. I'm enjoying it. A little scrappy, but when it does break free, something happens.
16 minutes played in this first term. The margin is 3 points with Amos in the lead. 3-zip. 18 to 2-3-15.
Beautifully done, Luke. Back in the middle. Day in the ruck this time. Holton gets it very shallow inside 50. Ball falls to ground level. Gross couldn't pick it up cleanly. It's just bundled forward again. Hopper at the back of the pack was clean to Paul Birchall. Extracts it off half back. Just dumps it high footy. That was well read by Richie Kangas, the former Cat. Gets it inside 50. Good looking kick too and finds the chest of his man. Is that Matner again? Couldn't quite pick it up.
Geez, has Kangar's got some wheels too.
Yep.
Great athlete in his... Well,
sorry, it's Adam Kurzman, excuse me.
It's Kurzman with it. Richard Kangar's running off half back. He's the danger there. He's, as I said, a great athlete, and he's provided this opportunity for Kurzman to kick a goal.
Yeah, so Amos have brought back the inside 50 count. They now lead 10-8, but that was only their second mark inside 50 to Torquay's 4.
Kurzman, just a slight angle. Got a good view on this one for all the viewers at home, and he just pushed it. I think he liked it off the boot too. For a minor score for Adam Kurzman. 4 points now the margin. Amo's way.
I liked it off the boot as well, but it just seemed to go across the front. I guess he had the wind just pushing it across there too, as it's going from right to left as we look at it the live stream, AFL Bowen Facebook page, and Torquay bring it out. Commentary side of the ground, goes up in a nice mark though, taken from McSparron, intercept mark. He wheels onto the left boot, kicks it deep inside 50, and he's picked out his teammate. Now, that player, I'm not quite sure who that is, to be honest, but he was just sitting there for a long time on his own, wasn't he? Unchecked.
Yep. It's a great kick though from McSparron. It was a real low bullet, wasn't it? Nearly a 40-50 metre pass really in the end.
It was a great kick. I apologise to the listeners that I didn't pick up who that is that's got that footy, but I'll try and pick it up for you as they celebrate, because it's certainly a goal. He runs around. Let's have a look at his jumper. Was it Matner? Was it Riley Matner for his second?
Yep,
I think it was. I think it was Riley Matner. I apologise to Riley Matner and the whole Matner family. We've got some listeners, mate. We've got some people that listen. They listen regularly and they watch the live stream on the AFL Bowen Facebook page. Coral Lawn, I hope she's listening again today from Townsville in Queensland. And also Mark Ferrari from Da Nang, Vietnam, listened a couple of weeks ago. Let's hope that he's back on board.
Yep, absolutely. Had 4,000 viewers last week following the AFL Bowen Facebook page. I've done all year. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Chapman tries the stiff arm in the middle of the ground. Just got his hands clear to Garner. Trickles inside 50. Curry nudged off it. Clean pick up from Green. Raidme off a step. Wobbles one. Lovick read it best. He's brilliant at that.
That was a throw, I thought.
And umpire Luke McCullough picked it.
Well, he's thrown his arms in both directions.
No, it's given it to Amos, excuse me.
Okay.
Must have been in the back, perhaps. So Lovick, a wily veteran. He just heads towards the line. Wasn't his best kick, thumped away by Pearson Bennett and out of play directly in front of us.
Lovick been a fantastic stalwart, hasn't he?
He's an incredible player.
Incredible player. Yeah, he won, well, pretty much.
Won 2 Matheson medals playing as a half-back.
Yeah, and not only that, won a flag too for St Joey's off his own boot just about, I reckon.
Yep.
So, yeah, great that he's settled down at Geelong Amo now. I think he's the assistant coach, is he still?
Yep, and made the team of the year again this year. So even at his ripe old age.
Ripe old age, you'd love to hear that as the umpire throws it in. Just forward of the wing position, heading in the Torquay direction. And Holmes with a quick kick out, kicked it forward, but a defensive mark, has been taken.
That's Amo's second intercept mark of the game.
And that's Kangar's again, is it? So Richie Kangar's looks on the right boot, kicks it down the line of the wing. He's got the advantage, gone over the back. Torquay comes in, and the punch towards the boundary line from Andrew Birchall, and he finds the line. And there'll be another stoppage as they get a chance just to set up, get their structures right. They've run out the all the adrenaline, the excess adrenaline, if there's such a thing, early in the game. They'll settle down a little bit and crack into some decent footy as Torquay get it forward from that stoppage. But running through there, a nice pick up there by Harry Kershaw. He's had his hands on it. He flicks it across to Kogan. Kogan goes wide to the grandstand wing position. But it's Torquay through Hopper that are going to mount some sort of attack, and he kicks it in, finds a teammate in Tyler Lovell. Maybe a little too far out, but again, that is a spot where he'd shoot for goal often. He's passed it, it's bounced, it's gone to Hopper, who's on the right boot, kicks into the goal square, and the mark taken.
Oh no! Has he missed his boot? No, he's kicked it.
He's got it.
Yep.
Quickly played on, and that's Jack Heathcote. Geez, I didn't think he'd mark that. There was 2 over. It was a 2-on-1.
Amo's a bit disappointed with that.
2-on-1. They needed a backman like Dale Moore. If they had Morey there, surely he would have been able to punch that through, but just not able to get there. And Heathcote's been able to kick his first.
Back to 3 points, is it, Luke?
4-point margin.
4 points, sorry.
4 goals, 1-25 to Amo, so 3 goals, 3-21 for Torquay. 22 minutes played.
I mentioned Beautiful. Dale Moore there, just a flashback to the 90s for me. Back, I see as I look around, there's a bit of green and blue in the crowd, so plenty of it. Plenty of black and yellow too as the Tigers go forward again. Right inside 50. Contest spinning around there on that occasion. Callum Curry goes inboard and a nice mark's been taken by Roscoe Holmes.
That's Torquay's 7th mark inside 50 as well. They're very
7th
dominant
already.
In that area.
Wow.
Inside 50 count, as well, is 14-11 now in Torquay's favour. So they've brought their form back to the forward line.
I've got another Roscoe Holmes story. Do you want to hear it? It's funny that they're playing Geelong Amo today, because when he plays there, he puts the golf clubs in the car so he doesn't have to pay to get in. It's true. As he goes, he's kicked the goal, Roscoe, from centre half forward. It's a lovely kick, the longest one he's done all year. It's travelled 45 metres, and it's right through the centre. His first for the day.
So the Tigers now lead by 2 points. 4 goals, 3-27 for the Tigers to 4 goals, 1-25 for Amos.
You ever done that, Josh? Put the golf clubs in to get in?
No, mate, I'm not quite that stingy.
Get in for free down there. Oh, I'm not saying he's stingy. Maybe he's a genius.
They do usually check that. I've been checked there before. They usually ask you to pop the boot when you go into Amos. Anyway, back in the middle. Hardiman dominant through the middle of the ground early. Circuit just lost his footing at the vital moment, wrapped up by a fellow number 14 in Jesse Dawson. Will have a ball up.
The hit out count 13-5 in Amo's favour.
There we go. Hardiman in one of those 3 or 4 ex-St Mary's players who crossed to Amos this year. Hosking and Killen, the other 2, playing this afternoon. Socket cleared by Chapman. Circuit well tackled. Just spun his way clear. Commando rolled. Trying to get his way out of trouble, but we'll have a ball up. So, hot start to this one, nearing the 24-minute mark of this opening quarter. Less than a goal in it for most of the term, which is fantastic to see. Holmes can nearly grab that out of the ruck if he wanted. On the turn is Hardiman to half-back. Good grab by Jonathan Hobbs. He'll always solid in the back line for the Tigers. He pokes one short to Chapman, who marks. He wants to wheel and go quickly, but just has to sit and wait for the moment. He hangs it up inside 50. Lovell's at the back. Fist came from Kanga's ball, spills clear. Here is Lovell. Falls to Curry. Can he bend it around? Not quite. It was close in the end. Through for a minor score for Callum Curry. 1 goal, 1 for him.
Dangerous forward. And how's the weather here?
Yeah.
We're in bright sunshine.
It was raining about 10 minutes ago.
That's
Welcome to Torquay.
Typical. Welcome to Torquay. Torquay's the Sunshine Coast, isn't it, of the down here? So they keep telling me. As they've kicked it out to the wing position, straight onto it. Handball there from Delidio. He kicks it. He handballs it to Chapman, and Chapman puts it at teeth of goal. Underneath it, it's a contest, and spinning on the left. But a little handball over the top. Quickly to Alistair Green, who has a snap. He misses, and it's gone through for one behind. So they're peppering the goals, Torquay. It's a nice little patch for them late in this first quarter.
2 consecutive behinds for Torquay now. It's a 4-point margin in their favour.
So McSparrant to bring it in for Amos. He chisels one short. It's a good kick too to Circuit, who has to dive to take the chest mark. Dishes off to Killen. He was confronted immediately. Got his handball over to Spike as Birchall gave away the free kick after Killen got rid of it. I wonder if it'll be paid downfield. I think it will be to Mason Spikers.
Free kick count, 3 apiece for either side as well.
So it will be Killen to take it. Goes short to Hosking. Nice pair of hands. Sammy Hosking. He's pretty adept on either side of his body. Goes on his left this time to Kershaw. Nice pick up at ground level. Bundled forward. Lovick has to sit under this. Came off his hands. Dawson lays the tackle. Gleeson pushed in the back by Lovick, was he? Nothing doing, says the umpire. Handball over the top. Lovell should finish. And does. A 4th for Torquay. Ty Lovell with his first.
Yeah, I think the umpire, he should have really paid a free kick there to Torquay, but I think because they had the advantage, he probably just let it go. Little handball over the top, and Tyler Lovell was able to get on the end of it. Joe the Goose, but it gets on the scoreboard for him, and that puts them, well, another goal ahead.
Lukey, score check, mate.
Score check, 5-5-35 for Torquay to 4-1-25 for the Amos. So 10 points lead now for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's a good handy lead late in this first quarter as the umpire back in the middle of the ground, balls it up, and it's Torquay again around the stoppage, just doing a little bit better, I think, around the stoppage, particularly late. A couple of series of handballs, they bang it inside 50 again, as, big pack, McSparrant up high, but it's Torquay first onto it, through...
no way!
He's done the little outside of the boot, just couldn't quite get it in, and it's another point. So 11 points a margin. As I said, they've just rallied late, haven't they, Torquay? Just to sneak a bit of a lead as we head towards quarter time.
Torquay have had actually a fair few applications to the scoreboard now. 11, 5-6 they are.
Yeah, wow. Lovick goes short to McSparrant in the back pocket. Assessing the options. Raking left foot, as we've seen already. Kicks down the line. Well, clever mark. Good grab by Sam Wormwood. Always gets plenty of the footy. Goes quickly to Curry. Had to stretch. Couldn't quite get it. Lovick was he shoved in the back. Umpire puts the whistle away and then blows it for a ball up directly in front of goal for Torquay. Nearing red time in this first quarter.
So 3 intercept marks now for Torquay and 19 inside 50s to Amo's 11. Tossed
up. Doyle went early. Missed the footy. Hardiman came out of his grasp too. And we'll have another ball up.
So we'll see Doyle contest this ball up again, and we'll just see who's going to go up against here. Is it Hardiman again? Yep, Hardiman and Doyle as they go up, hanging on to his jumper there. But ball's come down, hasn't really cleared the pack, and the umpire's going to ball it up again, surely. And we'll see the same setup once again. It's been a bit of this. They like to ball it up at the stoppage, try and get their matchups right. This time it's Doyle with the backhander, but it hasn't cleared the pack once again. A tackle. The umpire's going to ball it up. I always worry, as I've said before, when it happens like this, you get 2 or 3 ball-ups in a row that the umpire's not going to just pluck a free kick out of it. Let's hope he lets them play as he throws it up once again. We're about 30 metres out from the Torquay goal, so it's a danger stage there for Geelong Amateur. So, Amateur player grabbing it there. That was Brad King. He's wrapped up, and there'll be another ball up.
Yeah, it's about 5 consecutive ball-ups now. 29 minutes played in this first term.
Travelled about 10 metres in all of that time. You have a go, Josh.
Yeah, see if I can get it out of there. Kogan tries to dance clear, but he was caught high, so finally we get a bit of clear footy. Liam Kogan, he's been pretty good. Early, as the boys have said, rebounding out of defence. He goes towards Day. The kick hasn't favoured him at all, though, and Saker takes the mark. Dishes off. Here's Dom Gleeson at half back. Day after him. Switches the play. Nice kick too to Paul Birchall. He's at half back. Wormwood's on in the middle if he wants and finds him now. He's at centre half back. Birchall keeps running. He's got Hopper right in front of us if he wants in some space. Can Gleeson find him? He does. If he can keep his footing, Hopper goes, quickly arches the back, gets inside, lovely run. Bennett, short ball to Heathcote. Wonderful footy from Torquay.
Was wonderful footy, mate. It was, it was fantastic. They did the switch, they came back, they kicked accurately to their players. And when they decided to go, they moved the ball quickly, and it's resulted in a shot on goal. So it was a great setup, great build-up by Torquay.
Certainly was. So Jack Heathcote already got one to his name this afternoon to stretch out the Torquay lead towards 3 goals. He'll kick from pretty much directly in front. Looks pretty good too. Liked it immediately. Heathcote's got a couple. And right on the quarter-time siren, that goal comes. So that'll be the last kick of the term. And Luke, the scoreboard will read...
Yes, 6-6-42 Torquay to Geelong Amateurs 4-1-25. It is...
As I look out, I see another one of the Geelong Amateur stalwarts in Murray Hunter looking on. Murray, fantastic supporter and stalwart of the Geelong Amateur Footy Club. Great to see him here today. As Geelong Amateurs, they win it. They win the first contest. They bang it down towards Day. A bouncing ball. Can he get in front? He is in front. He's got it. Gets a handball away. There's plenty of pressure on him. The Amateur Smalls at his feet, but the ball's gone over the boundary line for a ball in about 20 or 15 metres around from the behind post. Right in front of the Sands Torquay bar here. Spring Creek Reserve.
Packed too, isn't it?
McCartney Oval. Big crowd standing out there while the sun is shining as the umpire throws it in. Contest. Who can get this? Holmes taps it forward. Torquay, Amateurs right in the danger zone. Was he legged as he got rid of it? No. Trying to get a boot on ball there was Brad King, unable to. There's a ball up. Nice tight contest there. Nick Garner in there going hard. And there's going to be another ball up about 30 metres out from the amateur goal.
It's definitely been a hot contest between those two sides, I must say.
Taken out of the ruck by Day. Does he get the kind bounce? Saker's forced to... It's kept in. Can you believe that? Can they get a goal? Can they get a boot too at Amos? Cries of ball, bodies everywhere. Still hasn't gone through. Riddle me that. Ball spills out. Day goes up the chimney. Who can fist it forward? Day tries to get his own work. Doyle got it out of there. Holmes now clears it. Mark was dropped. Should have been taken by Fagan. He was tackled and holding the footy's a decision, and Torquay can take a breath.
It was like a rugby scrum, wasn't it? Trying to get it across the line. Torquay.
Heathcote goes quickly to Chapman at half back on this near side. He dances inside Hosking, or does he? Yes. Gets cleared just. Handball wasn't his best. Hobbs forced to get back on his right side. Love it. Can he take the mark? Not quite. Ball spills clear. Warmold. Was he taken high? Phillips swooped in. Cries of no from Amos. Kane Tenace not happy. But Warmold will get the free kick.
Warmold cop one around the neck as he's feeling the effects of that. He gets up. Oh no, he's much better now that he's got the ball and he can run free and pump it down towards the 50. Nice use of the body there by Wade McSparron.
That's his second intercept mark, I believe, for the game.
McSparron, the left boot, kicks it back from whence it came. There's a contest on the wing and a punch close to the boundary line. Torquay still have it. That was a handball there from Hopper over the top. He found Warmold. Warmold again onto Doyle. And they've kick in forward from Matt Delidio. Right to the teeth of goal. 20 metres out. Big contest. Ball comes down the front, but it's Amateurs onto it through Harry Kershaw. He relieves the pressure. Goes wide. But the umpire's stepped in. He has blown the whistle. I missed it from here.
I think it's Phillips. I think so, mate.
It is going to go to Phillips.
Might have been high contact, I believe.
Last line of defence.
Kershaw goes very short to Hosking. Goes inside on his left foot. Nice kick too. Absolute soda drop by Will Kelly though. Can Torquay make him pay? Long footy. Amos have got the numbers here deep in defence. And they'll get out of trouble for the time being. Quick footy to half-backs. Nice, Kershaw. Plenty of the footy early. He's an explosive player, isn't he? He goes short to Circuit. He dishes off quickly. And they drive it to centre wing. Amos. Big fly! Big mark taken. Will Kelly. Butters up. Nicely done. Kicks towards Mitch Day. Can he control the footy? He couldn't quite. Clean pick up from Matner. Got his hands cleared just. And it's a free kick going Brad King's way, I reckon.
Yep. Grabbed him off the ball. Brad King it'll be. And look, Mitch Day on that occasion didn't mark it, but does keep the space, doesn't he? He allows the space, you know, and creates opportunities for his forwards. And then little frustration then from the Torquay defender. I think that might have been Tim Cardy.
Yep. Well, speaking of marking there, in that last passage of play, there was about 3 drop marks in the space of 2 minutes that Amos lost. I mean, it doesn't really make much now because they're about to line up for goal, but they'll come in.
In comes Brad King directly in front, and unusually for him, he's got good skills, Brad King, but he pushed it to the near side.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It's an opportunity missed that. They haven't had... I mean, Torquay with those flurry of goals have got out to a nice little lead. They needed to get that one back.
16-point margin now for the Tigers. 4 minutes played in this second term.
So White to bring it in for Torquay in front of a... I was going to say, it is a packed home crowd, but the away team today, even though they are playing at home. Good grab taken, was it? No, not paid to Daniel Gross. So play on the call, and then his kick sails out on the full.
Amo's been strong on the intercepts, but take away that, well, mark that was a mark. 4 intercepts apiece for each side, actually.
So Gleeson with it off half back, just hangs it up, asks Doyle to fly, and does. Unopposed, really, in the end. Waylon Doyle goes quickly, drives at Lovick. He owns that position in the field, hands off quickly to Kogan, trying to spin his way out of trouble. Under a little bit of pressure, Amos, and it shows. Good mark taken, was made to earn it. And they'll get driving inside 50 again. Torquay. Long, high ball to the teeth of goal, gets out the back, numbers with Amosdale. McSparran. He goes off half back, fisted away by White, away from Barnett it was. Looked a high tackle, but the umpire may have been blindsided, and he's pinged him for holding the footy.
Yeah, well, that's a turnaround, isn't it? I thought he'd... OK, so it's with Jonathan Hobbs, Torquay. He's found a teammate. Nice little kick down a little bit further. Hopper's lively in the forward line, Torquay. He's going to bang it in. Looks right in the corridor, the teeth of goal, but it's all amateurs as the big men fly. And a mark taken on that occasion by Hardiman. 6
intercept marks now for Amos and 25 inside 50s for the game for Torquay against Amos 13.
Hardiman looking for Matner. The ball comes down front of the pack. Amateurs onto it again in the quick kick. Centre wing position. It's a high ball. Who can get it? You've got to go right hard at the footy, lads. Don't get many opportunities. There's a ball flicking around there. Torquay, a little tap there by Jesse White. Bang forward. Again, nice handball inside. Has released Callum Curry. He's good a quick handball, and it's ended up back with Dom Gleeson on the right boot. Right inside 50, but Amateurs defenders through McSparran has knocked it out of bounds for another throw in.
McSparran started well, but so is his direct opponent, Jack Heathcote. So
good contest.
Yeah, it is. McSparran, as you can tell, likes to get off his opponent and provide a bit of run. Heathcote making him work the other way too. It's a spot on similar, good contest. Doyle fell to ground in the ruck contest. Young was well tackled. We'll have a ball up. Jared Young, stalwart of Grovedale, of course. Former coach of Amos until Kane Tenase arrived at the start of this season. Lovick burst through only as far as Dawson, though. Can he get it on the boot? He does. It trickles. Doesn't go out of play. McSparran keeps it in. Now, where does he go with this one? Hoiks it towards Hosking and Holton, but it's spilled out the back. Carty. They go back inside 50. Torquay, good-looking kick too. And strong hands from, is that Green? Down there, it looked a very nice pair of hands.
That passage of play, lads, they just put the amateur defenders under a lot of pressure, didn't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well called. It was Green. And, you know, so amateur defenders, they defended once, they defended twice, the 3 times, and then all of a sudden you see Green pop up with a nice mark.
So 28 inside 50s now for the Tigers and 9 marks inside 50, which gives it a percentage of 31%.
Earns you the shot, right foot drop punt on its way. Again, the wind has pushed it left and it's gone through for 1 behind.
And that's the Tigers' 13th application on the scoreboard, 6-7, 43 to 4-2, 26.
Lovick to bring it in on Alistair Green, just his 6th senior game this year. Polled well in the reserves medal, the Don Cole medal, in actual fact, for Torquay. That's probably why he got his chance in the seniors, and he's held his spot, which is good to see. Lovick through the middle of the ground. It was a risky kick. Torquay with all the numbers. Hopper's kick was smothered. Hosking with the clean hands for Amos, and it's dumped inside 50. Kershaw's good one-on-one. He's got Warmwood for company. The bounce doesn't favour the Amos man. Day bursts in. Barnett dances clear. Nicely done by the young man, and finds Hosking, does he? No. Off hands. Strong tackle by Bennett, and we'll have a ball up directly in front.
Another opportunity there for amateurs. I thought it's always danger when Harry Kershaw gets near it. I thought he might have turned it into something, but again, then just that mark at the end, you've got to sometimes put your whole body on the line. As a Geelong amateur player wrapped up there, and a nice tackle by Tim Carty, and the umpire will ball it up about 40 metres out. Amateurs, what can they get from here? Can they get the ball clear? Bangs out. They could get first at it. No, nice defence from Torquay. Handball over the top. Close to the boundary line, right in front of the big crowd that's built here this afternoon at McCartney Oval. Ballarat Football League preliminary final. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. AFL Barwon live stream.
15-12 for the hit-out count. Ammos were a pretty early... we're going pretty well early on with the hit-outs, but almost been levelled back.
Yep, Birchall one at that time for Torquay too. Green dances through. Quick hands by Raid Me. Bennett's handball was a hot one, so they're forced to kick quickly down the line. That's a good mark. I think that's Waylon Doyle on the outer side. Nice pair of hands from the youngster. He goes quickly, steps inside one, then hangs a high ball up. Who's ready to fly? Lovick from the back it was. Ball spills clear. Heathcote, was he brought to ground without it? No, says the umpire. Footy still in dispute here. Spills out. Can Curry get a hand on it? Falls out to Chapman. He's a long kick. He decides to go shorter than that. The umpire got in the way of Curry. Can you believe that? Over the top. Curry will go again. Chapman again from the pain of 50.
It's coming post, I think.
It's coming back. I think it just got in the near side. Did that hit the umpire? Was it my eyes playing with me?
No, he got in the way, mate. I think he panicked there too. I think he threw the arms in the air, the umpy.
It's a tough one.
He wasn't sure.
It's a tough one.
He may never have marked the ball before in his life, that bloke, so he just didn't know what to do. McSparron sticks the left slipper into it. It's a lovely kick too. It's right up on the wing. Looking for his teammate there in Gross, and they've said he's been, I reckon he dragged the arms down. So Daniel Gross is going to take the free kick. Centre wing position. That's a lovely kick out of defence, isn't it? And Abbott try to get the ball moving. That's what they've got to do. Get the runners activated and get it moving over the back. Can Kershaw get onto it? There's a foot race. Beating him to it is Tim Carty, who gets it, kicks it down the wing position, bouncing footy, but Amateurs back onto it. Steaming the way through, but call for holding the ball there. The free kick is going to go to Torquay, and that'll be through Alistair Green having a purple patch.
7 apiece for frees for either side.
Yeah, he's looked good, just pushed up the ground for a little bit and done a couple of nice things, Alistair Green. He heads down the line. Mark was nearly taken by Deledio. Holmes with a quick handball, and they go back inside 50. Yet another one for Torquay. Heathcote with the fly from the side takes the mark. He goes quickly. They've got Birchall straight in front. He's got men over the top if he wants, but he'll end up going back and he'll shoot them up from straight in front.
Yeah, he needs to steady and have the shot. That's what he's in the team for. So let's see if he can take it. He'll kick from probably 35 metres out. Should be well within his distance. It's just accuracy that's the question now, and the wind will be pushing it towards the left. So right goalpost would be where he's aiming. A right foot drop punt.
Yep. And he comes directly in front.
He's a left footer.
Paul Birchall, he is. And he hangs it out. Didn't listen to you, Simo.
No, he's a left footer. That's where I went wrong. See, he just does. Those are loopy left footers.
See, he's one of those guys. He's a beautiful field kick, and then his technique changes when he has a shot on goal. I never understand that.
It does for a lot of people, doesn't it?
So Torquay 6 goals, 9.45 to Geelong Amateurs 4-2-26. 12 minutes played in this second term.
Lovick to bring the ball back in for Geelong Amateur this time. Looks around, surveys his options, plays on now, runs and kicks. Still kicks to that wing position. And out there, there's Day playing right up the ground. He gets a handball over the top, still applying a little bit of pressure as he does. But it's Torquay with a bouncing ball towards half forward, right near the 50, close to the boundary line, and the umpire says it's going to go over. We'll see another stoppage.
Amos have really been enjoying just kicking long from the goal square. I don't know how effective it's been, but they've been doing that a lot so far this term.
The Geelong Amateur forward line at the moment, really just Harry Kershaw, the only one inside 50, and then nothing else. So they've given him plenty of space with Day pushing up the ground.
Yep, goes out the back. Birchall with the hit out this time for Torquay. That's Andrew, not Paul, with the socks up. We'll have the ball up just outside 50 for Torquay. It's been all them for the last, 20 minutes, half an hour of this game, really. Back into the first quarter and the start of this one. Holding the footy's a decision, and they'll go back inside 50 again. Gleeson takes or plays on, I should say, goes very short to Lovelady. He got a nudge in the back, surely. No, said the umpire. Falls out to Garner. Can he straighten up and finish, Nick Garner? It might fall just short. Touched on the line.
Jared Young getting back there and providing some relief on the very last line. Lovick goes short, finds McSparron. McSparron on the left boot. He's looking for his teammate in Kurzman. Couldn't find him over the top, bouncing footy towards the boundary line. In there for Torquay is Jesse White with a little handball. But it's Geelong Amateurs, and it's a foot race.
Oh.
Great foot race too. Spikers, handball over the top towards Holton. He's got it forward again. This time it's gone through Young, and he's hit up a teammate, and there's a mark taken about 45 metres out. So Sam Hosking has a chance. To say this is needed is probably an understatement.
Quick weather update as well. It started raining and inside 50 count, 16 now for Amos and just 4 marks inside 50.
With a slight breeze in his back, Sam Hosking, as he comes in. So I said he'll kick from about 45. He's a left footer also, puts it on its way. He's tugged it just to the right and through for one behind. So I've had a few chances, Geelong Amo this quarter, they just haven't been able to capitalise. And like you say, Torquay, they just feel like they've got the run of the game, haven't they?
Absolutely. So White to bring it in. Orders his troops to go to this outer side. Nice kick too to Hopper. Being busy. Drives it down the line. Doyle. I think the boundary line beat him though. And it's out on the full. So Gross to bring it back for Amos on centre wing. In front of a good crowd down here at Torquay. Gross goes back to Killen. Haven't seen much of him this quarter. Started very nicely, Paddy Killen. He's on half back. He heads back down where the footy came from. Day has a couple to beat. Saker puts the fist through it. I think it'll beat everyone. Hopper happy to see it over.
Yeah, they're just well set up, Torquay. They've got players back at the moment. If you look back, they're dropping an extra man back, I think, and really Geelong Amateur, you can see their game plan. They're just trying to leave Harry Kershaw like one out up forward and try and run the ball in quickly. But they just haven't been able to get the ball on the outside, Geelong Amateur, to make use of the footy as they go forward. So right in front of the Torquay grandstand here at the home of the Tigers. Home ground advantage for them today. I'm not sure.
Using the away rooms.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Are they actually using the away rooms? I was thinking about that today. Yeah, they have to. There you go.
Team.
I'm still not sure that I like the idea of finals played at with such a big home ground advantage, but it seems to happen regularly for the Tigers, both the Torquay ones and also the AFL ones.
Of course, the grounds are picked earlier in the season.
Got to play somewhere, Simo.
You do have to play somewhere, and
neutral ground. What about playing it at a GFL ground? What about playing it at West Oval or somewhere like that, the Bellarine finals, and then the GFL could play it at GFL could play it in here. Neutral
they wouldn't want to travel, mate. They want to stay. Want to stay coastal.
Too far down here.
Birchall on the turn, heads down the line. Kogan with pace, but boundary line beat him also, and the ball out of play right on 50.
Plenty of talk, isn't there, about grounds and home grounds, and the Cats, they lost last night, but they've
been denied their home ground advantage for the week 2 as well, so that will be played at the MCG.
They're happy enough to take the home ground advantage for numbers and income during the season, then I reckon it's good enough finals time.
Holmes quickly out of the pack, but it sailed out in the full, so bit of a stalemate at the moment. Gross goes short. Umpire not happy with something.
He'd be lucky to have that back too, I'd say.
Yeah, I think he'd be happy.
He'd be happy to, yeah, absolutely.
So he'll have another crack at it. Don't think he'll go short this time. I think he might head down the line. And he does so. Goes flat and hard towards Hosking. Drop the mark close to the boundary's edge.
It was a Yorker. Right at his toes.
So it's a 19-point margin to the Tigers, 17 minutes played in this second term.
So you've been almost a 0-all draw this second quarter, hasn't it?
No goals this quarter?
Let me
don't think there has been one, has there?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Nothing. We've just had a few points either way. Just 2 points, the margin extended in favour of Torquay since quarter time.
Yeah.
We had 1 goal by Amos, didn't we? 4 minutes in.
I didn't capture it. Well, I can't see the scoreboard.
I don't think so, mate.
I didn't see
Might look at the wrong term.
So, as it goes with the half-back flank. Big scrappy contest again. Tackles. Can they get it out, Geelong Amateur? They're trying to force it forwards like a rugby scrum. Throw a blanket over about 15 or 16 players. Still got Kershaw deep, trying to get it to him. He's been manned up by James Saker. So it'll be a good contest if it heads in that direction. Torquay will be hoping to win it and bang it forward down there into Heathcote. So all the rest of the players, almost, around the ball. It's whoever can clear it right out of this contest. So it's not just the ruck work that's important, but it's that's that first and second possession outside of these stoppages that are really crucial. So the nice big tap was punched well clear on that occasion by Day. So we have got some play now close to the commentary position. So Geelong Amateurs handball over there. That was Spikers. He handballed in the direction of Kogan, but it's been missed. Grabbed by Torquay. Josh Chapman. He gets around. Elusive has a bounce and then right foot kick to the teeth of goal. Looking for a teammate and a nice mark has been taken. So once it gets out of the contest and they get to move the ball both sides, using it quite well.
Yeah, Torquay have been very quick to get the ball down to their end, and earlier on in the game I saw some good handball passage plays, and they've just brought that one down quickly as well with the run.
Yep, it was a great run by Josh Chapman and found Waylon Doyle. Have to kick truly from a pretty tight angle. It will favour his right boot here with the way that Breeze is going too. In he comes, Waylon Doyle, straight through. First goal of the term. Goes Torquay's way and they just extend that margin even further.
Yes, not what Geelong Amo were hoping for. They were hoping to use the win this quarter and chew back into that 17-point deficit that they had at quarter time. But in fact, it's gone slightly the other way. Not massively. Still a contest.
So the Tigers now 7-10-52 to Amo's 4-3-27. It's a 25-point margin to the Tigers.
How long gone, mate? Sorry.
20 minutes played in the second term.
No injuries to both sides that I can pick up, so full list to choose from. Good contest here we've got in the Bellarine Footy League preliminary final as Geelong Amateurs try to force it forward. Little handball there. That was Spikers. He's doing some good work in close, but big pack of players. Spikers can get again. Out. Jumping onto that on that occasion. Geelong Amateurs player there, was it?
I think it was
the bottom of the pack.
Phillips
Was too, Brody Phillips.
lost the headband.
Playing the long sleeves, yeah. Didn't know where he was there for a second. The umpire throws it up. Birchall tries to tap it down. Oh, grabbed high on that occasion might have been Raid Me. Geez, they are going in hard. That's what you want. And another ball up. Ian hasn't travelled fast, so scrappy game in close. And then, as I said, once we get it out, something will happen. What can happen here is Birchall goes up again. Ball comes down towards the wing position. Players, they're just going in hard, aren't they? Scrappies, as I said. No one can get it out. Have a go, Josh.
Yeah, you spot it. Torquay look far more dangerous on the outside too, don't they?
Which surprises me a little.
Yeah.
Because I thought Amateurs might have the advantage with the outside run.
Birchall thumps it, gains 5 metres or so. They were terrific hands. I think it was Curry. And now Deledio on the turn. Doyle goes back with the flight off the hands of Gross. Comes up with it, Lovell. Lost his footing at the vital moment. Paddled it forward. Doyle still fighting. Goes to ground and will have a ball up at the top of the goal square for Torquay.
I have a sudden feeling if Torquay get a goal here, it's going to be a crisis mode for Amos. It's already a 25-point margin. Even though it's only the second term, just looks like Torquay are starting to slowly run away with this.
Tossed up. One down by Hardiman. Strong tackle on Kangas. And we'll have yet another ball up. We're just outside the goal square for Torquay. They have a pretty safe lead, we'll say, at this stage. And I reckon you're right, Luke. Amos would not want it to get much further away than this. Green overran it. Plenty numbers around this. Amos just trying to lock down. They get it out now. Kershaw streams away. There's not heaps for him to kick to, though. What can happen here? Hobbs was clipped on his way through. Spikers. Handball was partially intercepted by Ben Raidme. King goes in and we'll have another ball up.
You know, it's eerily similar to last week for Geelong Amo. They didn't get off to a great start. Bowen Heads jumped them early, and then I think Bowen Heads had a 26-point lead at half-time, which, you know, is looking like a similar sort of margin to today as we head towards half-time in this match. And, you know, Geelong Amo have got to bring something. Got to bring something to the table. Otherwise, they will end up going out in straight sets.
Well, honestly, like, they're the minor premiers, so it's do or die from now. If they lose today, they're out.
When they're on, they're on. Amos, and I'm not sure they've been on last week. I'm not sure they're on again this week, but they do bang it forward at this point. Good hands. Barnett gives it off, and then the kick goes forward inside 50. Nice little touch towards the direction of Day. He's manhandled someone. No free kick given. Torquay trying to win it out. You've got to go hard at it. The handball, nice handball out there to Kershaw on the right boot, kicks it up, but it's all Torquay, and a mark taken in the last line of defence by James Saker. He gets the opportunity to relieve the pressure for Torquay.
7 intercept marks for the Tigers and 6 for the Amos.
Handball to Jesse White. Jesse White's fumbled it. Here's a chance. And capitalised.
Oh.
Is that Killen?
Yep.
Patrick Killen. Well, he's turned nothing into something there, and wouldn't Torquay want to have that back?
Yeah, that's a kick in the guts there for Amos. For Torquay. I think I don't know how he dropped it. He wasn't going to bounce there, I don't think, but the ball just didn't come back off the ground, if so, and Killen just jumped in, put it on the boot, and it rolled through for a goal.
Man, he's had a mare. He's just stuffed it up, mate. That's what.
Score check, Lukey.
Yeah, 7-10-52 for Torquay to Amos 5-3-33. It's a 19-point margin for the Tigers.
Yep, so just inside 20 points. If they can get consecutive goals going into half-time, you never know, but a bit of dash from half-back from Bennett just calms some Torquay nerves for the time being. Good tackle, though. Held up on centre wing, right on the outer side.
I'm really enjoying these hit-out counts, 23-21 in Torquay's favour.
So it's nicely evened up. Birchall's done a good job since going in there for Torquay, and here he is on the turn. Gets his clearance too. Mark was dropped by Green, socket forward by McSparron. He charged off his man to come through then, did a good job, gained 10 or so metres. We're in the middle of the ground. Grows inside 50 again. Kershaw in a wrestle. Killen, it was. Spills clear. Hosking, left footer. Goal! They're back in at Amos. They do get consecutive goals. Sam Hosking with his first.
Yeah, great left foot snap on that occasion. And that's just what they needed. So the margin?
13-point margin now for the Tigers, 7-10-52 to 6-3-39. 25 minutes played in this second term.
Just moving the ball quickly made all the difference for Amos. They get it in quick. But Torquay, they'll be just trying to bottle it up until half-time. They'll reset.
I need to get their inside 50 count, but I reckon that's their third consecutive one as well. So they've been quite effective recently.
So ball up, Torquay, quick kick forward to half forward, and a nice mark taken. Spinning around and kicking it forward is Gleeson. Looks for the lead. Bouncing ball towards the boundary line tight. They'll force it over, and there'll be a throw in 5 metres around.
Just back on that inside 50 stuff that I was talking about. It's 36-20 in Torquay's favour still, but it's 12 marks inside 50 to just the 4 for Amos. So it's something that Amos still haven't quite mastered yet, getting that ball inside 50. They've picked up a couple of easy goals from just fumbles or balls off the ground.
The throw in, bounce forward. Amateurs trying to clear it out. They do, close to the boundary line. In fact, looking for the boundary line, but a mark taken by Pearson Bennett. Pearson Bennett, right in front of the coaching box there for Torquay. Gets a little bit of direction, tries a little chip over the top to his coach. Not able to get it, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. There'll be a throw in right on 50.
And that's 8 intercept marks now for the Tigers to Amos 6.
So attacking 50 for Torquay, 13-point leaders, deep into this second quarter prelim final. Plenty on the line. Grand final awaits the victor next week against Bowen Heads, back down here. So whether it'll be Torquay with the home ground advantage in the grand final, or whether it'll be Geelong Amo and Bowen Heads at a neutral ground, yet to be seen. So the ball comes out through Kershaw. He's been lively, tries to get a quick kick at it. Amateurs trying to bang it forward any way they can, but Torquay, the hard at the footy, and they get it through Roscoe Holmes. He kicks it inside 50. It's up and under. Mark almost taken, not over the boundary line. We'll see yet another stoppage. We'll see again, they've gone for, this time Harry Kershaw playing up on the ball, and they've put Patrick Killen back deep forward. So
Mitch Day right up the ground.
They are looking for that one to get to Mitch Day and then quickly move it forward and keep them one out.
I think that's what Luke was alluding to before, that kick out of their back half. They just needed a target to aim for, so Day can be that for them. Circuit was caught holding the footy as a decision. Raidme, good tackle from the skipper. Now what can he do here? This is right on his limiter. He would have to kick from just outside 50 probably, if not right on the paint.
Free kick count really quickly, 9-7 in Torquay's favour.
So Ben Raidme, this would be some sort of goal. The Breeze will be taking this to the left-hand side of your screen. It's a good-looking kick. Just hangs to the near side. Kept in by Lovick. Goes short. That was nicely done. Circuit feigned a handball. Thinks better of it. Brad Circuit goes behind his mark now. Not a lot further afield for him. He'll duck back inside. Past Lovell. Dumps a high footy. Matner couldn't fly from the back. Bennett stepped through. Dawson was nudged off it. Strong tackle by Will Kelly, and holding the ball's a decision.
Gone against Garner. And Amado bring it off half back. They are trying to move the ball quickly forward, looking for that next target. Roscoe Holmes cops one. The ball comes forward, does get to Killen. Killen gets a little handball out to Hosking. He spins around, but Torquay get their hands on it. Can they get a quick kick out of defence? They can. Misses Day over the top. Hands out to Garner. Garner now inside and finds Raidme. Raidme, right boot. He's got a player free. Half forward flank, that's Tyler Lovell. And Lovell looks for the leading forward, but it's beaten them. It's gone over the top. Still a foot race out the back. Racing hard for that is Phillips. Unable to get it cleanly, and another pack about 20 metres out from the Torquay goal. So amateur defenders been under some sort of pressure again this quarter. They've done quite well. They haven't allowed much through the floodgates.
They're tossed up directly in front of goal. Heathcote won it down past Green. Gleeson goes looking for it at ground level, right on the half-time siren. The score reads Torquay 7-10, 52 to Geelong Amo's
6-3-39.
So they just brought it back in those final 5 minutes or so, Amos, to stay in touch and stay alive in this final series. It's Torquay leading at half-time as they did at quarter-time. We'll be back in 10 minutes or so to wrap up the opening half and look ahead to the second. We have a game if we don't already. Underway, second half of the prelim for a spot in the big dance. And it's Dawson trying to burst his way through, but he ran into a brick wall, and Paddy Killen with the clearance and the free kick inside 50 towards Mitch Day. Has a couple to beat, nearly does it, the big man. Spilled clear. Strong tackle on Carty, I think it was. And we will have the ball up. So just inside 50. Hot early start by the Amos. Tossed up. Doyle won it down. Raidme was there for Torquay. Doyle after it. Socketed it clear. Bounced off Heathcote's legs. They go again. Carty with some clean hands. Doyle has Hopper moving for him over the top. Raidme on the outer side. Gets it over to Deledio. Heads back towards Hopper. Wobbles one inside 50. Curry's down there, goes through the legs of Kogan. Amo's happy to see it over and out of play.
Daniel Lovick playing with real intent. He's come out with fire in his eyes in this third term. They call it the Premiership quarter, and both teams are going to need to really bring it in this third term if they're going to, like you say, advance to the big dance next week. Bowen Heads will be waiting. They'll be looking on. I think the coaching, or some of the coaching panel was here, getting a bit of a look at this, probably analysing the tactics and working on some matchups. But they won't know who it is at this point, with just a small margin early in this third term.
And it's a good opportunity for Bowen Heads to come down here and watch the game today, because this is where the grand final's been playing. So they might be able to look into how either side both set up on this ground heading into the grand final next week.
Weather conditions still the same as they were in the first half. Dry at this stage, with the wind still favouring the left of screen. Torquay about 20 metres out, looking, can they get it? The umpire, he runs in and says, I'll ball it up again. So there'll be another ball up again. We've seen ball up after ball up. Plenty of stoppages today. As we've heard a few times with the stats, the ruck contest fairly even, and then there's been many of those. In fact, repetitive ball ups over and over again. Once it's clear though, something can happen. Curry, outside of the right boot, kicked it across the face and is through for one behind. I'm pretty sure that was Callum Curry.
Was.
Lively up forward and probably should have kicked it.
It opened up for him. I think he had a little bit more time than he may have thought. He was pretty much directly in front and still went in the check side.
Yeah, yep.
Oh no. Kick was brought in by a spectator and hammers into the post.
Where did that ball come from? I didn't see it.
Someone in the crowd had picked it up, but his kick was off target and slammed into the behind post.
So Lovick it'll be for Geelong Amateur. Let's see, plays on. Real intent, I reckon, Daniel Lovick. He would have given him a fair rev up. He's kicked it out. The half-back. No one can win the ball. Punch towards the boundary line. Torquay first onto it. And that's through Birchall. Close to the boundary. Quick kick forward by Killen for Geelong Amateur. Bouncing ball. Torquay through Wormold have it. He's wrapped up. The umpire says he's dropped it. And rightly so. And the free kick is going to go to Amateur. Turning around and banging it forward is Barnett.
Yep. Spilt clear Curry. Lost it. Hosking, can he snap it goal? He can! Look out, here come the minor premier. Hosking kicked the last of the second quarter and kicks the first of the third.
And I reckon that's the second one in a row he's kicked across his body with a left boot. And another ripper. So he's kicked that really against the tide, against the wind. Narrows the margin and gives them real hope.
Yep, so margin down to 8 points now. Torquay leads 7-11-53 to Amo's 7-3-45. So it's just the behinds now that are keeping the Tigers ahead.
They get to come home with the wind, Amateur, in the last quarter.
Last 3 goals to Amo, Simo.
Yep, they're on a nice little roll here. Ball in the middle of the ground, bouncing towards the wing. And Killen, he's come alive. He's booted inside 50 on the left boot, bouncing footy. Chaos type of ball. Players diving in on it. Wrapped up, no one can get it clear. Killen hovering on the outside. The umpire looks like he's going to run in and ball it up just inside the 50. Amateur's end of the ground. They're kicking to the right of screen this quarter. This is AFL Barwon on the Facebook page, streaming live. Hope you're enjoying the call from wherever you may be, whether in Penang, as Mark Ferrari, or Da Nang, sorry, as Mark Ferrari is in Vietnam, or maybe up in Townsville, or in Canberra, wherever you may be.
They're the only 2 people we know where our viewers are from.
No, it's
Townsville
it's
and
good.
Penang.
You've got to encourage the ones that are listening. Maybe they're just away from Geelong and missing a bit of home. So it's nice to give them a shout out, I reckon.
Oh, what a tackle on Lovell. It's a desperate effort from Bryden Barnett. Wonderful tackle from him. He's started this third quarter very lively. Kick to the hot spot. Here comes Day. And the vice-like hands grasp the footy directly in front.
Yes, that's 2 tackles in a row now for Amos that have led to an inside 50 from holding the ball or dropping the footy.
They're up and about, Amos, aren't they?
They've come out snarling in this third quarter. This is a huge moment in the context of this game.
Bring the margin down to 2 points if this is slotted through.
You'll see Murray Hunter go absolutely wild if they kick this goal. That's
Mitch
for sure.
Day directly in front. Should have no issue. Seen him kick thousands of these.
There it is.
Straight through. The left arm is up. Mitch Day, 2 points the margin.
2 points the margin. As I said, both teams, at half-time they go in, they get addressed, they deal with their little niggly injuries and they set their sights and their plans for the third quarter. They've done that, but it's Geelong Amateur who've come out the stronger early in this third term with a couple of nice goals early.
And the scoreline reads Torquay 7-11-53 to the Amos 8-3-51.
Trying to move the ball quickly, Amateur. Hardiman up in the ruck in the centre. He'll contest it against Waylon Doyle. No one really won it, but it's Hardiman straight back on it. The umpire's going to go up, ball it up again. This time, just a few more people around. Lovick just sitting off the back of this pack, looking to run through. The umpire's picked a free kick out. It's going to go Geelong Amateur way. Torquay think they can play on. No, he stuck his arm the wrong direction, so it's going to go to Torquay.
Yep, Doyle looked to hand off, but goes for a run himself. Inside 50, he goes. Lovick from the side of the pack. A fantastic mark. A Harvey Norman highlight from Dan Lovick. I've seen him do that plenty of times through his illustrious career for St Joey's and Amos. Haven't seen him do that a heap, though. Mungs a kick to half-back. It'll work. This is Spikers. Hangs a high footy up. Excuse me, it was Will Kelly. He was kept in. Gleeson hands it back. He'll hit a free kick. Dom Gleeson is the advantage taken. It is.
And play on.
By Bennett. Chapman tries to get inside his man and does. Wobbles one. Here's Lovick again. Takes the grab.
I just sense Lovick's lifted. He just looked like he's tacked the ball early. A couple of big body contests, get himself going. And he's really leading from the back there for Geelong Amateurs. It goes to half forward. Day, again, heavy contest. Might have grabbed him high, but the umpire didn't see it. And there'll be a ball up just forward of the centre.
8 intercept marks for the Amos after those 2 consecutive ones in their back 50. It's 8 apiece now for intercept marks.
Hardiman wins the tap down. Amateurs get the quick handball out the back, and it's a left foot kick by Kershaw, smothered initially. Still at it again, over the top, grabbed high. No, a little quick kick forward, and a nice mark taken there by Pearson Bennett. Moves the ball quickly, finds a teammate in Chapman. Josh Chapman, right foot kick to the wing, leading player, and he finds Gleeson. Gleeson handballs it off, and another one forward. Oh, hard contest. Delidio over the top. He gets it. Kicks to the lead, and a nice mark taken. So Delidio hit up teammate Tyler Lovell, too far out to score, I reckon. And there's an Amateurs player injured. Keep an eye on that,
Lovick.
Josh. It's Lovick. They hit the contest hard. Is he holding his ribs, shoulder?
Must be the front end of his ribs there, because I thought that was contact into the torso. But he's being taken off the ground by a trainer.
It was Hopper who just, in the marking contest, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, he went for a punch or something, so it's hit him in the torso.
It was a hard contest as Tyler Lovell comes in to put it on its way from just outside 50, right foot, right up into the goal square. It's a 2-on-1. Geelong able to punch it down. Quickly onto it though is Curry over the top, couldn't get a kick away, and it's rushed through. That would have been last line of defence, I think, Patrick Killen.
Yep, so we brought in by McSparran. 3 points now the margin. Look at that kick. He's a wonderful left foot kick. His handball to Gross's handball was hot, and a strong tackle from Lovell. He dumped Phillips into the turf, and he's in the pretty much the exact same position that he was just moments ago. Tyler Lovell didn't make the journey just a couple of seconds ago. Will this time be any different? Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought.
And he comes anyway, fancying himself. It's a wonderful tackle. Really brought Phillips to the ground firmly. From 55, Lovell, it's exactly the same as the last kick. Over the head of Heathcote and out of play.
There's a saying something, if you just do the same thing over and over again, expect a different result. But anyway,
that's it.
Out of bounds is the call, about 5 metres around. The umpire's going to throw it in. He comes in, they give him a few metres, this little boundary up, and he gives it a heave. Away it goes. Hardiman taps it over the back. Bouncing footy, Torquay, quick left foot snap. And a kick out of there, that's Brad King. Clears it out. No one can win it. Torquay get onto it. They can. Handball across there from Hobbs. What a chaos type footy, isn't it? It's hard in at the pack. No one can really win it out. Tyler Lovell around. That's his third kick in probably as many minutes. He handballs it to a man on his knees. In the end, Heathcote. And he's kicked his third.
How'd they get back to him?
Yeah, no, I don't. It bounced off his head, I think, because he handballed it to a player who was already fallen to the ground.
Yeah, he was mid-trip into a rivet of the ground or something.
And it just ended up bounced back in his hands, and he turned around and thought, hang on a minute. I'm only 10 metres out. I'll just kick this through. And that's his third, Jack Heathcote.
Sure is.
So Torquay now lead by 9 points, 8-12-60 to 8-3-51 for the Amos.
I reckon Wade McSparran, he's been fantastic today. When you look at it, you know, he's played on Jack Heathcote for you know, probably the majority of the game, and he's got 3 goals. So it's a little bit untidy, isn't it? Doesn't quite sound right, because McSparran has been fantastic in defence.
Yes.
And he'll be critical now, particularly if Lovick doesn't come back on the ground.
Spot on. Just wonder if that's he's winded or it's something a little more serious. He was exposed. He jumped up with a footy and just exposed his midriff and heavy contact. So Kershaw drove it today, could not mark. Spinning out of troubles, Holton just puts a high left foot ball to the mouth of goal. Does it fall for any Amo's players? Soccer came to no advantage. It trickles towards the line and rushed through by Gleeson, I think, got the final touch. Through for a behind. 8 points is the margin in the prelim. Birchall with the footy. Lovick is back on the ground, so it was just
temporary?
Yep, temporary for him. So that's fantastic news for them. And it heads towards the man we speak of. McSparran was up early, couldn't mark. Hopper. Kick was partially smothered. Getting out of there was Fagan, didn't get a heap of contact on it. Socket cleared Doyle. Can he be clean? King was. Strong tackle by Doyle again though. Gross goes forward at ground level. Numbers flying now, and we'll have a ball up.
I'm not too sure how Lovick's feeling at the moment, but I think he still feels a bit sore. He's a bit hesitant to get up into those contests or go for a mark or a punch.
laid a smother a minute ago. I reckon he'll be good. He's a tough hombre. He's Daniel Lovick as amateurs try to force it forward. Little kick off the ground. No one can get it. Comes out now. Quick kick forward. Holton smothered. But it's Torquay through Hobbs. Right boot. In bouncing ball inside 50. Grabbing it there was Gross. Tries to turn around and clear it. But Torquay still a chance as the quick kick goes forward. Will it make it over the back? No. Still loose. Look who's going to run onto it. Call it. There it is.
He's got 4.
Heathcote again, doing the roving work this time. Runs in, kicks his second goal from about 5 metres out. And, well, his 4th goal in total.
I know what you mean, Simo.
Yeah.
14-point margin now for the Tigers. It is 9-12, 66 to 8-4, 52, 13 minutes played in this third term.
Yep, so just those couple of goals in a row just opened the margin up again. Torquay's favour.
Just as Amos were getting right their teeth into it.
They were right
just
back
respond.
into it. Still plenty of time though in this
absolutely, yep. So Hardiman wins it down for Amos. Young bursting his, circuit it was. High footy with the clearance, but Chapman takes the mark on his chest. Goes off a step very wide to Lovell, who's got some pace to work with, but a strong tackle by Fagan. Just dropped the footy, no whistle from the umpire. Fagan goes to work again. Bundles a left foot ball down the line. Barnett can't keep it in and it's out of play on the outer side, centre wing.
A little bit more open this third term. Seems to be moving a little bit quicker. Not as many stoppages. I think probably to the advantage of both sides, really. I think it's certainly an advantage for Amos to get the ball in, use the leg speed on the outside, but Torquay also using the ball well. Got the home ground advantage here. Torquay kicked the ball inside 50. A couple of leading players, but coming back is Gleeson. And he's able to take the mark almost in the end unopposed.
48 inside 50s for the game for the Tigers and 14 marks inside 50. Compare that to Amo's 27 inside 50 applications and 5 marks inside 50 just for the Amos.
So Dom Gleeson comes in, picked up the Ash medal during the week, as we mentioned early. A tie for that with John Gleeson from Mottawarri.
Mason,
yes. Gleeson, Mason. You say Mason? I say Gleeson. Dom Gleeson. There it is. He's kicked his second. So, after a spirited opening to this third term by Geelong Amateur, Torquay have kicked back with 3 in a row.
10-12, 72 Torquay now are to Amo's 8-4, 52. 20-point margin now for the Tigers. They seem to be running away with it.
It's gone from 2 points to 20 very quickly, isn't it? Really flipped around.
Can happen. And as the game wears on a little bit and people start to tire, I think the game will open up a bit, create a few more opportunities.
Yep, we're back in the middle. Killen goes fighting for it with Garner. We'll have a stoppage in the middle of McCartney Oval. So Amo's kicked the first 2 of this quarter and Torquay have answered with the next 3. 20 points is now the margin midway through this third quarter. You feel the game's won in this term. They draw Lovell again with a wonderful chase down. A couple of times he's done that this quarter. That's fantastic from the key forward.
Yeah, that's 3 holding the ball.
He's going to have a shot for sure.
He's a long way out. Just drives it. Good kick too to Heathcote. Spills off his hands. Green gets clear. Strong tackle by Lovick. Green again. Curry on the turn. Right foot ball. It'll fall short. Doyle does a good job. Can he get a boot to it? No. Spills clear for a minor score.
That's the half century for Torquay for inside 50s this game.
Tyler Lovell, very, very lively for the Tigers, isn't he, in this third quarter?
Yep.
He just have his ball use and decision making, but certainly he's been getting his hands on it. The ball quickly back into the middle of the ground. Wrapped up in the tackle there is Pearson Bennett. The umpire has pulled out a free kick, said did not get rid of it, and it's going to go the way of Riley Matner. So Matner, big fella, stick the slipper into it. Bang it deep. He does. Looking for Day up in front of the pack.
Fantastic.
And Day it is. Took the front position, wasn't afraid to back, put the big mitts up, and he'll be rewarded with a shot on goal about 25 metres out.
Look at the way he's palming that footy.
Yeah,
He's
just swallows it, doesn't he?
Yes.
Big sausage fingers. And, you know, he's kicked some goals. He's going to know what to do here as he moves in. Mitch Day already has 2 running in to third and to narrow the margin again. Get Amos back into the game. Can he do it? Puts it on its way. It's a lovely looking kick. It's split the middle. So Mitch Day, goal kicker that he is, stands up when he's needed, and he kicked another one for Amos. I had the great privilege at half-time to talk to Daryl McClure. All the Geelong Amateur supporters listening will remember him, and perhaps other people too, because he's a past editor of the Geelong Advertiser. Daryl McClure, a stalwart of the footy club. He's an octogenarian these days, he was telling me, and he's in good health, and it was fantastic to have a quick chat, catch up on how his family's going and what he's up to. He still writes an article every now and then. And just another example of how great country footy is when you can have someone like that, a pillar of the community, still involved in local footy. Fantastic to see.
So 15-point margin, Torquay 10-13, 73 to Amo's 9-4, 58.
Back in the middle, Hardiman and Birchall go at it. Give that one to Birchall. Ball spills clear. Young was trying to work his way through. He gave away a free kick. Well, he earned it himself. No, he did give it away to Deledio. So it'll be a Torquay free kick. The ball's gone a long way down the other end, so Amos will have time to filter back. See Guy Hardiman, the ruckman, filling the hole in the forward 50, or defensive 50 for him. Deledio heads towards us. The kick hangs in the breeze.
That was a bit dangerous.
Favoured Kershaw, but the front and centre from Curry was delightful. Steps inside one. Can he finish with a goal? No, he couldn't. Would have been goal of the day for sure.
I thought that was a dangerous kick, and it sort of was, but it was just picked up straight away and taken inside 50.
Great play. It was great play. It was just lively. Sold a bit of candy, didn't he? And then just couldn't finish it off.
Kangas drives it to half-back. Off hands, Holmes. Nearly karate kicked it out of midair. Kogan from behind. Went early. Curry again. The front and centre. He misses again. Boy, he looks on fire, Callum Curry.
He's on fire. He's kicked one to the left, one to the right, so you know where the next one will go.
1 goal 4. I've got him down for.
I've got him down for 1 goal 4 as well. Yep. But they're great points.
They are. They're good points.
They're better than average points. They might just be worth 1, but no, very lively. Callum Curry as Lovick brings the ball in. Commentary side right in front of us. Pops it up, and it's gone to Day. Mitch Day working his way up the ground. I reckon he just does that just to calm things down a little bit. Getting it there is not so dangerous, but they need a target. So Day's kicked it to half forward. He's looking for Matner. Ball over the back of the pack. Torquay runs onto it. Oh, man grabbed high. So Brad King going in quite hard. Torquay moving the ball quickly. Looking for the centre corridor. Gleeson spins around, gets a handball away, but it goes to Day. He kicks the kick forward. It's a foot race. Out Sam Hopper for Torquay is going to be first at it. Can he pick it up? He's under some sort of pressure by Killen. They work the ball around. Sam Warmel on the right boot, kicks it down the line. Oh, finds a teammate, dealt with. The umpire says it's gone out of bounds on the full, and it'll be a Geelong Amateur free kick. Centre wing position, grandstand side of McCartney Oval.
Nice. Driven to half forward. Good kick too. That Matner, big man taking the mark on his chest. Long way from home. He wheels, drives it as deep as he can to the hot spot, falls to the back of the pack. Mackay's there for Torquay, straightens up on his right foot. It's a beautiful kick. Finds Raidme on half back. Ben Raidme heads down the line. Kicked in favour Heathcote. McSparron read it pretty well.
Yeah, used the body well too. McSparron just pushed Heathcote out of the way and saw the ball over the boundary line for a throw in, right in front of the commentary position.
I keep forgetting we've got another quarter of footy to go after this.
Yeah, it's been a lot happening.
How great is it? The shadows are getting a little longer though, but the sun's shining, so that's a good thing. Front of the pack, Mitch Day tries to head back to the boundary line. Raidme straight onto it. Is it in the back? No, says Yump. They're still fighting for it. Amos get it. Nice little handball over the top. It gets into the hands of Barnett. He kicks it forward. Oh, Matner flicks it out. Goes to Hosking. He's kicked a couple. Oh. Can he find a teammate? Can he get it back? Oh, copped it high. The umpire says yes, he has. I reckon that's Paddy Killen.
Yep.
Got the woolly hair. And he goes right foot. He's looked for the pass. He's found a teammate, and I think it's Harry Kershaw. A fast-moving
That's Barnett.
forward. Is it Barnett? Yep. There you go. So Barnett will be the one. He'll have a shot. So probably 20 metres out, some sort of angle, kicking the wind. See, the wind's swung around now. The flagpole's right behind him from where, or right behind the man on the mark. It has swung around a little, so it'll be going from right to left this time. From there, it'll still be right goalpost, will be his aim. If he puts it through, Amo's still in it. It's a good looking kick.
Straight through.
Straight through. First one for Bryden Barnett for the day. Well done to him, young man. So we've got a grand final at stake. Who's it going to be? No one really knows at this point, do they?
Certainly don't, Luke. Score.
10-point margin now for the Tigers, 10-14, 74 to 10-4, 64.
Anyone can win it. We have the close one. In fact, we have the only one.
So, just as Torquay got a little bit of momentum, as Amos did earlier in the quarter, Amos fight back with the last couple. Day into the ruck this time. He can do it all. Killen, burst clear. This would be something, Paddy Killen. It's just to the near side. Would have been a special goal from him. Does something every time he goes near it, Paddy Killen. It's one of those explosive players.
I've got a message to say Roscoe Holmes needs to lift. Apparently his workmates down there at Ocean Grove are willing him on, hoping that he can actually get a touch.
White brings it in to half back. It looks a good mark. A free kick to Heathcote, I think it was, right on the outer side. It is. Been a good presence today for Torquay. Goes short to Garner, drops a watermelon, but has time to butter up. Swings it round his body. Here is your man, Simo, but went straight through him. Kick was bundled clear to half forward, and they've got some run here. The ball missed its target. Heathcote goes again. Well tackled.
Oh, wow.
No call from the umpire. Ball again spills clear. Hobbs is there for Torquay. Gets a toe to it. King first there. He was well tackled. And the ball finally goes out of play.
Hey, it must be slippery out there. They're slipping over Adner, struggling to mark the footy.
Now, free kick paid from the umpire.
Free kick, is it?
Was it the umpire that was not in control of the play, I reckon? He's come from a long way to pull a free kick out of that. He must have seen something that the controlling umpire didn't see. And the free kick is actually going to go to Brad King, very tight on the boundary line. So King swings around, kicks it up towards Killen. The ball punched away from him. Loose ball. Centre half forward for Amos. They get onto it. It's banged forward through Richie Kangars. Again, a chaos ball close to the boundary line. Glab, quick kick across his body. That was Kurzman, but it's gone out of bounds on the full. It actually hit the point post or the behind post. No score. So Torquay will defend. Last line of defence. Sun shining here. Great game of footy.
Certainly is. Ball's at half back. Spills clear. Geez, finding a way through was Holton. Can he work the ball back? He does! A special goal from Holton. And Amos are into this up to their teeth.
Yeah, look. It's a good entertaining game of footy, isn't it? You know, we've seen Torquay kick away. I thought, oh, maybe, but Amos come back hard at the start of this third term. And Torquay, with a rally of goals in a row, got the margin out again, and now we see Amateurs come back. So, I mean, that's the wrap-up. It's a tight game of footy, as it should be. Plenty at stake, as the messages flow in to say that Roscoe Holmes need to keep his feet.
So 3 points the margin now. Torquay still 10-14, 74 to Amos 11-5, 71.
Amos, middle of the ground. They've got the quick kick out again. Quick kick, half forward. Got their tails up. They'll be starting to feel like there's something working in their favour. But, good turn of speed from Torquay there.
I think.
Wow.
He tried to keep it in, then he brought the ball in too early, and it's basically taken it out of bounds. Josh
Chapman got some wheels, that's for sure. Backed himself in. But the umpire, a little bit stiff, I think. But anyway, if it's over, it's over. I couldn't see from here. Was hidden behind the coach's box as the umpire's going to throw it in. Contest. Big men contest. Knock it down. Lovick. He's giving some treatment there to his opponent. I think it may have been Delidio. And Delidio gives the ball to the umpire, who will ball it up. Centre wing position.
Yep, right in front of us. Good to see the rain staying away. Sun's out now. Doyle goes early, palms it down. Killen was looking for the high tackle. Geez, he looked like he sunk himself into that one.
I'd like to say I thought it was a great tackle.
So Killen will get the free kick, works it inside to McSparron. It was a dangerous kick though. Heathcote put his fist to it. Falls for Delidio. He's strongly tackled by a couple. It was Killen and Lovick coming in on him.
Wow, Daniel Lovick.
We're heading into red time here. 27 minutes played in this third term.
So to be tossed up on the paint of 50. Tight game, wonderful game. Grand final is what they're playing for. Doyle palmed it down. Killen trying to bust his way through. Couldn't. And we'll have another ball up. He's dealt with after he got rid of it too. Paddy Killen will go again on the paint of 50. No one's left the ground. Everyone just watching this game intently. A tight game of footy that it is. Killen goes to ground again. Circuit trying to just bust his way through. The Gam will have a ball up.
And a great contest. Great contest. Good weather now. We've had a couple of showers, but really they haven't affected the game at all in the sunshine. There's still people in their beanies and you know, puffer jackets everywhere, sitting in their Volvos and Audis and whatever else with the heaters on. But other than that, it's a lovely day. Mark taken by amateurs. Daniel Gross. Back pocket. Right in front of the commentary position. Gross kicks the ball down the wing, up towards Day. No, over the back. Big punch. Punch it forward. Roscoe Holmes lays. Big, strong tackle, and they're going nowhere. Wrapped the big arms around him and just threw him on the ground. Wowzers. Umpire's going to throw it up. What's the margin, boys? How are we going?
Yeah, margin. We are looking at a 3-point margin with 29 minutes played in this third term.
Tossed up. One down by Hardiman. Kershaw finds a way through. Lovick was under pressure. It wasn't a great handball. Lovick did a pretty good job, though, to just get it to touch.
Good contest.
And they'll reset.
Really good contest, Daniel Lovick. He's fine. He's up and firing. As I said, tough hombre. Amo's bringing it right up to Torquay late in this third term. The Premiership quarter. And that is pretty much what's going to be on stake next week for the winner of this game.
Yep, falls to the back of the pack. It was nicely done by Spike as it was to get it clear, but Torquay with the numbers. Green hooks it around his body. Lovick with a double fister. Mark would have been paid to him if you get another claw on it. Lovell fighting for it. Trying to get it out of there, but will be thrown up directly in front of us. Fantastic contest. 3 points the margin. Torquay's way. Thrown up now. Ball comes to ground. Deledio got it away from Lovick. Heathcote, clever tap. Strong tackle on Garner. Wonderful by King. Holding the footy.
Just didn't get it away in time. Was a good tackle.
Free kick count really quickly. 16-15 in Torquay's favour still.
McSparron from King. So McSparron on the left boot. Lovely kick of the footy. Wing position. Grandstand side. Bouncing footy over the back. Going to run onto it. Looks like it'll be Curry. Curry turns around. Gets a handball. Amateurs over the top of it though. Going to be wrapped up. And there'll be a ball up, I reckon. Wing position. So we're deep into this third term. We're all set up for a cracking last term here, preliminary final. Bellarine Footy League. Winner to go on to play Barwon Heads next week, who let's say had a comprehensive victory over Geelong Amo last week. But it's a different Geelong Amo outfit we've seen this week, and a very tight game here between them and Torquay. As Amateurs kick the ball forward outside of the boot, but it's Torquay out of defence through Hopper.
Yep, they clear it, and Doyle will mark. He's got a lot of footy in that area of the ground. Nice sit out there and hope it comes to him. Been pretty good today, the Rookie of the Year. Goes down the line. Barnett was up high early. Deledio, quick hands to Raid Me. Doesn't get all of it. The kick still favours Tyler Lovell. There's a
last chance.
Amo's player down in the back half, but it's 3/4 time.
Scoreline reads,
we've got a ball game.
10-14-74 for Torquay to Amo's 11-5-71. It's a 3-point margin. We've got 1 term to go. We'll be back shortly for fourth quarter action.
And probably is not suited to a midfield role.
So we're underway. A spot in the grand final awaits, and it's just 3 points the margin. Young trying to burst his way clear. Raid Me gets it inside 50 for Torquay. Just falls short of Lovell. Spills clear. Bit of pace. Good bit of pace shown by Gross. High ball. Raid Me on the stretch. Takes a good mark.
He'll be a key for Torquay in this last quarter.
He goes quickly. Wheels deep footy to the back of the pack. Thumped clear. Who's first there? It'll be Circuit. So Young, excuse me, throws a flying boot at it. I reckon he collected his man. heavy contact.
He collected Holmes there, actually. He went down with it, but they both get up. Holmes was probably calling for the free kick.
Birchall it was with a quick kick, must have been touched off the boot, and the umpire's going to throw it in about 10 metres around from behind post. So Torquay pushing hard the start of this fourth term. Birchall, the throw in wasn't much, probably needed to be recalled, to be honest. Can Amateurs clear it away? They can with a quick kick up towards Gleeson. Got one high, no play on, says the umpire, handball over the top. In the Amateurs advantage there as Killen runs onto it. Goes one way, gets a handball away. The umpire says no, must not have got his hand to it. And a free kick is going to go to Torquay and they'll get a shot on goal. Now this, let me just see who this is going to be. It's Lovell. See, I thought he was really lively.
I've got a feeling just with this kick, he's not going to do the distance again. It might go to either side of the goals.
Well, he did one left, one right in the last quarter. He's due for one down the middle. Tyler Lovell just has the one to his name so far today. He's going to come in. He'll kick from probably just inside 50.
And the four behinds as well he's had today, right?
That was Curry, mate.
Oh, Curry.
Yep.
He's banged it. It's gone left again.
So he didn't even try to kick through that, did he? He sort of just...
It was a bit of a stabby old kick. And didn't really give it a chance. But first score for the quarter.
4 points.
4 points the margin. No 4 points on the line today. Just a place in the grand final. As Amateurs are going to bring it in through McSparran. Big left boot again. Clears it right out of the danger zone every time, doesn't he? Kicks to the grandstand side. Amateurs on, handball forward, but it's gone only to Birchall. He gets a little quick hand off. Torquay, bang it inside 50. There's a chance. That man again, Lovell, up, ball over the back. Delidio first at it. He's pushed over by Lovick and the ball's gone over the boundary line. There'll be another throw in.
Yep, so 4 points the margin, just a few minutes into this final quarter. Torquay in the lead. I hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you're watching from this afternoon. Brought in, one down at the back by Hardiman. And those look to work it out, they do. Quick hands came from Fagan, but partially smothered and good pressure from Torquay again. Ball out of play. Inside 50 it is for Torquay. Wonderful crowd in today. Come out in their droves, which is great to see. Big crowd obviously next week for the grand final.
Grand final again will be here.
Yep.
It's a great place too. I mean, you look on the hill, a heap of people on the hill, but cars, geez, you can't underestimate how many people are in the cars because it's fantastic viewing.
Yep. Oh, it was good pressure by Curry. Just forced Kogan it was to kick under pressure and the ball goes out on the full. So Chapman, who's been good, will drive it yet again as deep as he can inside 50. Ball off hands and through for a rush behind.
Just speaking of the crowd, lads, it's always great at country footy, and that's what it is, although it's, you know, the Bellarine Footy League, country footy still, when you back the car in, whether it's the ute or the panel van or the SUV these days, and people sit in the back, I think it's fantastic.
That wasn't me, unfortunately. I've had to walk about a 5 minute
You
walk
parked
to
in
get
Bell
here.
Street.
Yeah.
Well, up on the terrace there at Torquay, it's great viewing. You're liking the great southern stand. Amateurs clear out of defence. The ball's with Kogan. Really lively in the first quarter. Haven't heard a lot of him since, but he had the ball there. He's found a teammate. Might be Kelly. They've gone inboard. Torquay onto the top of it. That was Lovell in there, but he's wrapped up, and the umpire's going to ball it up. So it's a quiet start to this final term. As we said, 4 points of margin, plenty on the line.
Tossed up just outside 50 for Torquay. Birchall palms it down. He's been good since going into the ruck. Lovell was caught without it. No free kick. Hardiman again. Just quickly clears the scene. White bursting through. Strong tackle by Kershaw. And they take the advantage, do they? They cough it up. Can you believe that?
No advantage.
Bennett was caught.
There was no advantage.
Comes clear. They look to work it out by hand. Forced to kick under pressure, and it's all Torquay back there. Holmes goes quickly, Warmled, drives it to centre half forward. Good kick too.
Great kick.
Finds... Is that down there, is it?
I reckon it's Doyle.
It is Waylon Doyle, you're right.
And look, he presented up. That's what he did. He ran at the kicker and, you know, presented up, and it was a lovely, lovely kick. And look, he was just running hard at it. So credit to him. He earns himself a shot on goal.
It's about 50 metres out, this kick, so it'll be a long way away to slot this one through. The margin's 5 points at the moment.
Doyle directly in front as you say, Luke, it's just a matter of whether he can make the journey. He gives it a good thump. But it's away to the near side. Did it go through? No. Play on the call, and eventually it's punched through for a rush behind. So one straight kick. Now the margin on the Dow scoreboard.
Lovick to bring it in. He's gone short. Finds McSparron. McSparron, long raking left foot kick. He's kicked the helicopter and it's still gone 55.
Well, here they go.
Amos through Will Kelly. Knocked it off the ground. Runs back onto it. Gets a handball forward. Kelly will have to go again. Do his own buttering up. But it's Torquay. Quick kick. That's Birchall on the left boot. Round to the wing position. A nice mark taken. In defence, had to be Phillips.
10 intercept marks for Amos today.
Dangerous kick across the ball to Holton. Holton moves quickly. They're trying to move it quickly, but it's only found Jesse White, centre half back. White, he's found a teammate wide. So the game opening up here with Torquay a chance to kick forward. Has wheels, Josh Chapman. He's just about caught. Gets it off. Lovely pick up by Holmes. Holmes on the right boot, wobbles it forward, but a nice intercept mark taken by McSparron.
13-11 on the intercept mark count. Torquay with the favour.
Killen off half back. They've got some dash on this outer side and some room to move with Tom Baker. He looks up from half forward, squaring, kicks nice. Barnett, was he shoved in the back? He was.
Free kick against Bennett.
Yep, so Barnett, this will be on his limit too. Not sure he looks overly confident, wants a runner. It's Killen, steps inside one from 45, Paddy Killen. Oh, it's through for a minor score. Would have seen some good goals if they'd kicked straight today.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, a great effort. They know they don't need to take too many chances, but they've got to move the ball quickly, and that's what they did on that occasion.
So 5 points now the margin. Torquay 10-17-77 to Geelong Amateurs 11-6-72.
And Torquay bringing the ball out. A long kick forward there by Garner. Over the top, though. It's a great Curry on the right foot. How's that? Callum Curry. He's kicked 1 goal, 4 up until that, but on the right boot, right foot snap, bounces it through for his second. So they just opened the margin a little.
It's up to 11 points now.
Still plenty of footy to go, though. Plenty of time for Geelong Amateurs. They've got the slight advantage of the breeze.
We've just ticked over 8 minutes in this fourth term, so the scoreline reads 11-17-83 to Amo's 11-6-72.
Even though the legs will be getting a little heavier as the game goes on, the conditions are still good. And with those heavy legs, the game does open up a little bit sometimes and allows the runners to be able to use their advantage. So let's see. Very important next 5 minutes. The ball in the middle hasn't travelled far. The umpire's going to ball it up again. Big crowd in. A lot of people out of their cars. Some in their cars. Hopefully you're enjoying the call on AFL Barwon Facebook page live stream.
Yep, players fighting for it in the middle of the ground. Nobody going anywhere. Just look over towards that pavilion side. They're packed in, aren't they? Lots of Montewari people still here, which is good to see. They've stuck around for the senior game. The reserves, I think they had a win.
2 points it was.
Yep.
I ducked over there at half-time to try and grab a drink. I thought, seeing Geelong Amateurs were playing, I'd have a Pims and lemonade, but there wasn't any. I tried for a craft beer, but none. But you can get a beer here. Apparently, some grounds you can't get a beer in a can, but you can here. So if you want to get to the grand final next week, the Bellarine Footy League's the place to go.
Strong tackle by Garner. A bit tossed up at the back of the centre square. Gleeson it was at the bottom of that pack. Tossed up again. Hardiman won it down that time. Strong tackle by Lovick on Deledio.
You ever had a Pims and lemonade, boys? Probably haven't, have you?
No, I have.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Not at the footy, though. I have had one, though.
Just when you're in your smoker's jacket in the study.
Tossed up quickly. Birchall climbed high, spills out. Lovick fighting for it. Tooth and nail, got his handball clear. Barnett looking to control it, does a good job, but Bennett was on his hammer. Spills out. Raidme, Birchall on the turn, right foot ball. Doyle just taps it over his head. First on the scene is Kangas. Rebounds off fellow 31 in Doyle.
And forced across the boundary line for a throw in.
So 10 minutes played in this fourth term, an 11-point margin, 11-17-83 to 11-6-72.
Been a good game so far as injuries. I don't know that either side has suffered anything in that regard, so it's a fair 22 on 22 as Torquay get the handball inside 50. It might count as an inside 50. Unproductive though, close to the boundary line. Lovett gets a shove. Just a little bit hurt there, was he? Maybe just his feelings, and he waddles off again to take position.
Just quickly, the inside 50 count, 64 to 37 in Torquay's favour, so they've been dominant in that area of the stats.
Birchall it is up in the ruck, down. Unable to get the ball then was Jesse Dawson. He was wrapped up. We're back to this very hard contested added footy with multiple ball ups. You just wait for that thing to happen though. When it gets outside, that's when it'll get exciting. Torquay, they've got a couple of goal break here. They're just trying to extend on that. Geelong Amateurs probably need the next one. Otherwise, their confidence starts to take a little bit of a battering. Raid me on the left boot. Wobbles it towards goal, but a lovely mark taken in defence. That was by Kogan. Kogan gives it off. The ball moved quickly. Up, mark. Nice mark taken by Torquay. Intercept mark.
Yep.
It's Paul Birchall.
Birchall wheels and goes. Got a bit of space to work with. Puts his left foot through it. Drives it to the teeth of goal. Good fist came by Gross, I think it was. Kept in just, was it? No. Boundary line beat. Hopper's effort to keep it in play.
I feel like this is a do or die for Amos at the moment. They need to stop something here because Torquay will slowly start to run away with this one.
Yep, see Mitch Day right up the ground for that quick kick out of the pack. Just a bit of a target in there, and it's coming towards him. Hardiman got the clearance. Comes off hands. Torquay will go back inside 50, will they? Quick hands. Birchall, wrong side for him. Cops a rough bounce. Kershaw, left foot just squeezes it down the line. Bennett does up against Barnett. Barnett one out. Quick handball. Just a bit of a panic from Kersman. Wormwood now on the turn. And it works. Amo's called out of position.
They're open here.
Yep, Green.
They've got some runners.
Has the footy. Raid me, can he mark? He does.
He's stopped.
He's going to wait for it.
Needs to move it quickly.
Turns his back on it for the time being. Moment may have gone. Birchall's made his way down deep. Ball goes away from him. Not the best kick I've seen. Falls off hands though. It's Curry again, and he works the left foot snap delightfully.
Well called. And Curry, left boot, had the little curler, kicked it around, and well, that's made his scoreline look a lot more respectable, hasn't it? 3 goals, 4 for Callum Curry for the day. I think you said earlier, was he in the team of the year?
Yep.
Bellarine Footy League Team of the Year, Callum Curry, well respected by all the coaches. He's caused them all some grief at varying stages. And has he just put his team into a grand final? That's the question.
17-point margin now in favour for the Tigers. It's 12-17-89 to 11-6-72.
Umpire throws it up middle of the ground. Birchall knocks it down. First kick was from Torquay, but unable to clear it. That was Killen with a quick kick forward. Day over to Circuit. Circuit forward. Oh, grabbed without it was Kershaw. And the umpire's seen it. And he gets a chance to kick his first. So 17 points the margin. They definitely need this one. Next goal for Torquay would be danger for Amos. But if Harry Kershaw can kick his first of the day, brings the margin back. Reasonable. What's the time check?
14 minutes just ticked over in this final term.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of footy still left as Harry Kershaw comes in, taking some big breaths.
Might be a bit of weight on his shoulders with this kick. He has to slot this one through, I believe.
And he has. And has. They isolated him up forward. They know that he can kick the goals. It's just a matter of getting it down there quickly to him. So he's able to do it. The amateur small forwards have done well. In Kershaw, he's got 1. Killen's got a couple. In fact, I'll run through the goal kickers if you like. Holton has 1. Kershaw 1. Killen 2. Mitch Day 3. Barnett 1. Matner 2. And Hosking 2. That's for Amos.
12 goals apiece now for either side. The difference is the behinds that Torquay's kicked there. 12 goals, 17.
I'll get the Torquay goals in just a minute as the ball goes up in the middle of the ground. Waylon Doyle won the tap down, but the kick forwards come from Geelong Amateurs. Inside 50, mark taken. Defensive half back line by Torquay, but the handball ineffective. Quick kick forward by Barnett. Bouncing footy inside 50, chaos type of ball.
Oh.
Grabbed. Great tackle by Kershaw. Wrapped up. Umpire says no prior opportunity, and there'll be a ball up 40 metres out. Plenty of fire and plenty of footy still left in this game.
This is some good finals footy, isn't it? This is why we love country footy. Comes clear. Is it a high tackle? No, says the umpire. Probably a fair call too. Holmes spins out of trouble, gets Torquay out of trouble. Days back there. Drops on he usually takes. Still got his hands clear though. Gross wobbles it inside 50. Big footy this, comes off hands. Holmes again, caught, somehow got free. They do a pretty good job. Saker, Birchall, nice composure to Garner. And they've got runs still at this late stage. Bennett goes short, Lovick with the fist, delightful. Phillips back to Lovick, coughed up. We're at half back. Spills clear. Can they work it forward, Amos? They do now. Barnett on the turn. Who's down there? It's Saker for Torquay. Tail on his absolutely clocked.
And 50.
And 50. I'm not sure there was a heap, and it didn't look great.
He stayed down, hasn't he? I don't know if that's...
It perhaps wasn't as bad as it may have looked.
He got the 50. He made sure of that.
Well, the intensity's definitely risen on the field here. That's the first 50-metre penalty for the day.
And those defenders got to get back now, man up, because he'll make a run for it at some point. As we hear the crowd, 150 they reckon it was. Like to buy real estate from him. Bouncing footy. Inside the 50 metres, Torquay, handball across Roscoe Holmes, long shot on goal, drop punt, right up. But a mark taken last line of defence by Amos, and that's Daniel Gross.
13 intercept marks for the Amos. That's against 16 of the Tigers' intercept marks today.
Phillips in the opposite back pocket. Time check, Luke.
17 minutes just ticked over in this final term.
Oh, it's not a great kick by Phillips. Fell short of his man, so they have to kick under pressure again. Killen nearly took a good grab, but it's Torquay with the numbers at ground level. Garner squeezes a nice left foot footy.
They just left it then for Killen to do the job.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he was the tallest option.
I think it's Curry again. I think who's taken the mark.
On fire.
I was just about to say before, I believe Amos need the next score to keep themselves in the game, because if Torquay slot this one through...
It'll make it very hard from there, won't it?
Yeah, it will. 17 minutes played in this final term. I know there's still a lot of time, but at the same time, I think there's not enough for Amos.
So, Curry, he's been on fire today. 3 goals, 4. Can he make it 4-4? It's pushed it across the face. And just squeezed home, really, in the end for a minor score for him.
He's a danger up forward, though, isn't he? With his pressure and also, goal scoring. I mean, to have 8 shots on goal is impressive in anyone's language. So they come out of defence, but it's Roscoe Holmes there. Gets a quick handball in, back at it again, taps it forward, nice little touch, but Daniel Lovick runs through on the right boot, kicks it to the wing. Can it get it over the back? Yes, it can. Barnett, nice use of the body, gets a handball inside.
Fantastic.
And does the don't argue, runs Will Kelly, has a shot at it. And
yes, please.
Great play, Will Kelly. Running ball, Barnett. He's been huge, Barnett, to be honest.
Never.
He's been fantastic. He's got a lot of the ball across half forward. He's working hard. You can just see now as he's walking back towards the centre.
Spent.
He's spent. He's cooked. He's had a big day. But I tell you what, I think he's been fantastic. He's provided their forwards with plenty of options.
Probably the goal of the day, that. That's fantastic. Luke, score check, mate.
Well, now all of a sudden it's a 6-point margin now for the Tigers. They still hold the lead. I take back what I said before about not having much time left.
Come on, you said there was no... You wrote them off.
There we go. It's only a kick in it now. 12-18-90 for the Tigers.
Come on, Amo supporters. Get up and about. You're 1 kick behind. Could get in the grand final next week.
Thrilling stuff. Torquay off half-back. White down the line. Geez, Green must have lost that. Curry bobs up again. Phillips caught. Gets himself a free kick for a hold. Goes quickly. Kershaw been everywhere. The kick smothered by Mackay. Can it wobble through? It's all about the bounce. And it bounces. Probably a good result for Torquay. Didn't go through for a score.
Callum Curry, just back to him. 3 goals, 5. Would you say that that's a mild result or a hot result?
Oh, he's been fantastic. If he kicks 2 more, then he's been the best player on the ground.
What I'm really asking, is it a mild curry or a hot curry?
Oh. Mild at this stage.
As the umpire throws it in. About 20 metres out, scrambly ball. Can they get it free? Quick kick out towards goal, gone left of the post and through for 1 behind. I didn't see who kicked it.
Might have been Hopper.
That can be a valuable behind sometimes. Now so 7 points the margin.
7 points. Wow. Take a breath, everyone. Lovick goes short, very short to Kangas. They'll look for his dash in these final minutes. Kicks very wide. Off hands, it was a big contest. Who can win this? The ball stayed in play. Raven did a good job. No, it didn't stay in play. I take that back. It'll be tossed in right on the outer side, centre wing.
So we're right. Well, plenty at stake, as we've said. 7 points the margin. Time check.
20 minutes played in this final
20
term.
minutes. So 10 minutes to go. Let's see who can fight it out and win their place against Bowenheads in the Ballerine Footy League Grand Final next week. Torquay have the advantage, 7 points. Geelong Amo coming home strong.
Just a couple of stats. Hit-outs 44-41 in Torquay's favour. Free kick count is 19-18 in Amo's favour.
Who can stand up? Who can win it? And next goal, you can't say next goal wins, but if Torquay get it, like you say, Luke, I think it's going to make it very, very hard for Amos. They've got to get it up their end and put some pressure on the Torquay defenders. Can they win this stoppage? It's going to be Doyle up against Hardiman. Doyle manhandles, but Hardiman wins front position, knocks it down. Amos diving on the ball, they dive on top of him. The umpire says, I'll ball it up again. So yet another stoppage. We've seen this a few times. And then the ball will come clear. Got a good contest on this outer side wing. Josh Chapman and Holton. They're good. Both got wheels. Can run. Looking to get it out. And they're both on their own on this commentary side of the ground. But the ball's still on the other side of the ground at this stage. Down the line. Up. Day in front. Takes the mark. Turns. Spins. Has he got an option? Goes off just the no-step kick. Kicks it high. Will it bring rain? No. Down. Bouncing footy. Punched forward. Hard at the contest. They win it out. It's gone back to Day. Day crosses the ball.
Oh, no.
It's a risky kick towards Holton in the middle of the ground. They've got to try and open it up some way. Holton spins out. As I said, got some wheels on the left boot. Bangs it down. Here's a chance. Barnett couldn't get it. Still tries hard, but it's Torquay out of defence. All amateurs.
It's all Amos back there. Kogan had to be quick. Phillips had to just hurriedly handball. No one wants it.
Jeepers.
And it's coughed up. Torquay's pressure was immense. Green couldn't get a handle on it. Lovick trying to burst his way through. How many times have we seen that? He's held up. Doyle comes in and a frantic bit of play comes to a close with the ball up.
They had a chance, Amos. They had 3 out here. They just didn't use the ball well.
Torquay had a chance.
Yeah,
and they coughed it up.
They did as well. They did. When the ball comes out, it gets exciting.
Yeah, it does.
Close margin, few minutes to go.
Tossed up. Doyle palmed it down. Geez, Holmes riding his man like Seabiscuit.
Strapped a saddle on there, did Roscoe.
23 minutes played in this final term. The margin is 7 points.
Torquay's way. Tossed up again. Doyle with the backhander out of the ruck. Goes to work again at ground level. I think that's Kershaw with the footy brought to ground. No circuit, in fact. It was, and tossed up. What a prelim final. Whoever makes the grand final out of this will have rightfully earned their spot. It's been a titanic contest. Tossed up. One down by Hardiman. Numbers everywhere. They appeal for holding the footy. Oof.
Roscoe Holmes going to win a free kick here.
Hot call. Will be Roscoe Holmes. Dishes off. Bennett with some run. Wobbles it. King falls short of him. He clears the danger. Hosking has to sit and wait. Thumped away from him by Warmel. Charging through Carty. Kershaw streams away. Takes a bounce. Takes 2. Bounces back to him. He's 70 from home. Drives it over the head of Killen. Falls clear. Saker caught. Brought to ground. Ball goes out of play. 30 metres around from goal.
Well done, Harry Kershaw. Grabbing the ball out of wing. Moving the ball down quickly. It's right down in the scoring zone. So, Amos, how can they set up here?
24 minutes played in this final term.
They'll have Matner somewhere as a target. Although, a player there, that's Saker. He's dropped back on his own in the goal square. Not a bad option at this stage. As they dive in hard for the footy. Trying to get it out. Who can get it on the outside? Can Killen get it? I'd be trying to get it in the hands of him, maybe Sam Hosking.
The neutral supporter would be licking their lips for another Amo's goal at the moment.
Oh boy.
Umpire throws it up. Day it is. Quicks it off the outside of his boot. Bouncing ball. There's that man, Saker. Safe in the back line there, and he's kicked it towards the boundary line. It's been able to be picked up by Chapman. Chapman handballs it on to Birchall. That's Andrew. He gets it to Hopper. Hopper further towards Delidio. Can he keep it in? He can. Close to the boundary line. Umpire says no.
Did that go out?
I don't know if it went out, but that's where Torquay's been strong all day along the outer edge there, especially with the hand passing and the run. I don't know if they've been stiff there by out of bounds.
Brad Circuit just coming off the interchange there. He looks spent.
Yep, one down, Holmes.
He's come alive. Roscoe Holmes bangs it into half forward. Oh, over the top of it there on that occasion. That was Phillips. It looks like he's got a bit of cramp there too. Amo's trying to will it forward, but Josh Chapman coming through with some strong play sees the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds.
26 minutes played in this final turn. The score line reads 12-19-91 for the Tigers to Amo's 13-6-84.
What a contest. Tossed in. Amos need the next. Birchall down to King. It's caught in a very good tackle. Comes clear. Kershaw sits for Warmold. Should take the mark and does.
Will take his time. Warmold should take his time because minutes off the clock now. It's just as good as goals really for Torquay. 7-point margin.
He's at half back. Looks up. Chips the ball to Andrew Birchall. Comes clear. Bennett. Gleeson dropped the footy. Loops a handball to Heathcote. Tried to get it out the back. Lovick keeps it in. Torquay emerge with the footy. Not for long. Holton on the turn. Cardi with the fist. Beats everyone out of play.
It's gone through the interchange gap there and it's gone out of bounds.
27 minutes played in this final term. We're definitely in the red zone now.
There's a lot of players in the red zone also. A lot of tired bodies out there as they try and fight on for a couple more minutes. It's the last few minutes for one half of these players as the ball gets punched down towards half forward. Geez, wearing it hard on that occasion was Delidio, wrapped up by Killen over the top. In fact, Alistair Green on the bottom of that pack deserves some credit, and the umpire's going to ball it up. Wing position, deep into the last quarter, 7 points of margin, Torquay's favour. The Amos win the contest, kick it down to half forward, Day at the front, it beats him, eludes him, over the top, quick kick forward by Torquay. A chance for a mark on the wing. Birchall, was he scragged by hands? Yes, he was. Play on. The handball, that was Chapman, in fact. Chapman gives it over to Jesse White, who bangs it forward. Look, they're just doing the better, Torquay, doing what they have to do, and Jesse White's taking a mark centre wing position.
He has. Can just take his time, chew up some seconds. We have played just over 28 minutes. White from the interchange. Kicks long, Lovick with strong hands.
15 intercept marks for Amos today.
He plays on into a couple. Got it clear, just McSparron. Long ball, Warmold fists it clear. Holmes chases after it. Quick hands, White forced to kick on his left foot. To centre half forward. Goes through the legs of Gross, inside 50. This is a massive footy. McSparron puts his slipper through it.
Amos are stuck in this half of the ground, I believe.
Kershaw takes a good mark.
Yeah, Kershaw in front of Roscoe Holmes on that occasion. Needs to move the ball quickly. That's an understatement. We don't know how much time there is left. Kershaw on the right foot kicks to the run to a big lead, close to the boundary line, and Torquay happy to see it over. So they just want to chew the time up. 7 points. They've got to score twice, Amos, to win, or draw and force some extra time.
29 minutes played in this final term.
Jeez, there can't be long left. 2 at max, you'd say?
Oh, at the most, as the umpire throws it in. Contest, Hardiman goes up, gets a couple of taps at it. You can give him 2 stats for that if you like. Killen wobbles the ball forward to Day. Day just forces it forward best he can. As Amos attack it now. Good play. Kangas can a snap at goal.
Oh,
and
that's a big point.
It's a big point. 6 points is the margin.
1 goal.
12-19-91 Torquay to 13-7-85.
There's only seconds left, surely.
Come on, who tipped a draw, boys?
Short ball to Saker. We're one straight kicking it Torquay's way. Home crowd on edge. Just moments to go. Long ball, Hardiman has the sit. Wins it down, Delidio read it like a book. Warmold over the top, Lovell, Curry, he can finish the game off if this ball can bounce clear. What does it do? Heathcote's first there, can he keep it in? He does, Wriggles clear, and misses everything.
Probably just needed a point.
Take it through, Jack.
Take anything, wouldn't you?
30 minutes played in this final term, so there is seconds left.
if he had have just got a score, they couldn't have lost, I would have thought.
Just take it through. Yeah, you're right. They couldn't have lost.
They couldn't have lost.
No.
But anyway, it's still 1 point as the umpire throws it in tight in defence. But they're onto it. Gleeson, shot at goal. It's missed. It's a behind.
It's over.
And there it is. With that behind, it's a 7-point margin.
Torquay victors here. 12-20-92 to Amateurs 13-7-85. It is a 7-point win for the Tigers here at McCartney Oval today, and they'll be taking on Barwon Heads next Saturday in the 2019 Ballerine Football League Grand Final.
What a game.
The realisation is just flooding through the Geelong Amateur players at the moment as they hunch over and bend over, and they know that that's their season. Their season's done for this year. Disappointing. They'll be very disappointed. They finished on top of the ladder. Well, they finished on 13 wins with 3 other clubs, so they weren't, I wouldn't say they were clearly the best team all year, but certainly they were good enough to finish on top of the ladder, and they'll be disappointed to go out in straight sets.
What a game of footy. That is absolute perfect. And I tell you who would be smiling about that? Barwon Heads.